What's up, everybody, and good afternoon to all you guys here watching Combo Breaker 2024 BlazBlue Centralfiction Top 8. I am Towito, and I'm joined by the wonderful Nobody.
Thank you so much. It is always a pleasure to commentate the BlazBlue Centralfiction Top 8. It has been quite a while since this game has been out, and the community is still thriving. We have a plethora of new players, actually, in our Top 8 this year. We have our notable, usual top placers not prevalent in our Top 8. Namely, we have a Hazama that's not Kairos.
That is true. Instead, we do have Fuzzama here. He's up on stage right now, ready to play against juliocrivera. But before we get to that, hey guys, keep in mind that there is another tournament on the horizon in a few months. You guys can register for EVO today using discount code CB2024 to get 10% off. BlazBlue is going to be a part of the community showcase if you guys want to participate in that.
Exactly, and then of course, EVO has always been one of those forefront tournaments. If you haven't been in an EVO, you need to just go. Experience it. But like you were saying, we have juliocrivera versus Fuzzama up first, a 9 versus Hazama matchup. We've seen this time and time and again. It's you know what? Let's have your opinion on it. How do you feel about that matchup?
This is one of those matchups that all the Hazama players hate. In particular, this is actually kind of funny because Fuzzama has played against I believe there was some time during the, especially during the rollback section, while there was a little bit of lockdown there, where Fuzz was running into like 9 players everywhere. So you'd see Fuzz and like a bunch of people run up to either like juliocrivera, you'd see him run up against like Remains, a ton of other folks around there. All I know is that the Hazamas absolutely hate it. It's one of those matchups where Hazama really needs to be careful, especially around 9's buttons, like especially around like the 5C, 5B range. That's something that he has to be very careful around because 9 could, at any point, could simply snipe you out of the sky and just put you into some ridiculous set play.
Exactly, and you know, we've seen juliocrivera play against Psychotic earlier, and they really like going for those double overheads.
Yeah, Julio is one of those players where if you are not prepared for a lot of 9 mix-up, he will bully you absolutely once he takes you to the corner.
They love going for those overhead resets. You've seen it time and time again on his path to the top 8, but it looks like we're going to go straight into it already. Kunzai coming out, and Fuzzama trying to navigate, but already down 0 of the chains. And now that, like we were saying, a lot of the Hazama players hate playing this matchup just because they have to use the resource to trace her down.
Yeah, and that can be very, very difficult, especially once that resource is gone. The way that Fuzzama is forced to move around the screen with the amount of presence 9 has, it can be quite difficult here. But Fuzz managing to get this engagement, things are looking pretty good. Should be able to take Julio straight to the corner, over 50 meter as well as overdrive.
Yeah,
Julio could very well die at the next hit.
Oh, now it's Julio has just been getting hit on wake up every single time. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to instant block on wake up or something. Maybe even dash out, but you know, 9's backdash is not into a frame one.
Ooh! Goes for the P follow right there on the reversal super right there from juliocrivera. Fuzz now put into the corner instead. This is looking a little awkward. Manages to duck out of there. Fairy was still active.
Fortunately for Fuzz, there was no full conversion, but you know, it's looking a little scary, especially with that.
Oh, the gravity spell.
The gravity seed. Gravity seed's so good against Hazama just because he wants to be in the air all the time.
Absolutely. You normally see like around like 4-ish spells from 9 come out, but gravity in this case, pretty interesting. And I think that's very creative for Julio to go for that in order to keep Fuzz locked down.
Interesting choice of using overdrive here. It works out for him in the end, but it was a very interesting, I mean, like, if you're Fuzz when you have that life lead and the time is around 30 seconds, I feel like you should have saved that resource.
Yeah, I think Fuzz, especially wanted to really like try, really did not want to end up getting locked down or placed into a potential like lose-lose scenario there. Oh, Rock is stocked. You always got to be mindful of it. On Wake Up, it's even more deviant. So now you have to deal with like either 3C coming up or just fast Rock.
And you saw that Julio actually kind of baited Fuzzama into crouch blocking by just crouching and pressing 5D, right? Because 9 does not have a 2D.
Yeah, you got to be really mindful. One thing that you'll see juliocrivera also try to do, we've seen it come up a little bit, is that he'll try to play around resetting after you've been frozen by the 3 water there. So you'll see it come up every now and then where he'll try to either reset there in the overhead, or he'll try to fake around like a 2C, 3C versus 2C straight at the rock.
Yep, or tries to snipe him with that J2A, but Fuzzama, nice awareness, down to 0 change right now. Playing a little slower. Yep, snipe through the 6C. We were talking about that just not too long ago.
And Julio using using teleports pretty decently in order to navigate around some of these chains here. He's definitely a big proponent of like teleporting around a lot, and if you are not able to really catch him very consistently, it can be very problematic. Ooh, unfortunate moment here.
It's okay. Fuzzama really good at these really optimal confirms, honestly. It's kind of interesting to see how a lot of Hazama players play differently.
Oh, absolutely. Fuzz gets a counter hit, clicks OD, and then I look at somebody who's 60%, I'm like, oh, you are actually dead. Oh. Hazama overdrive in general, very, very powerful. Oh, wanted to go for the C follow up there. Not
I think because they were in the dash animation, if they just instant did the body invul version of the stance, it would have worked.
Yeah, I think he attempted to do that and then ended up getting caught by it. I'm not too sure if Stomp is like a body property move or not. That does only involve body properties.
Well, it is a body property, but he decided to use the dash indice first.
Oh, right, I understand. Yeah, I got you.
But first match goes to Fuzzama, showing some pretty decent routing, like really, really good routing against like most of those confirms. Like you have to really capitalize when you catch 9 in this matchup.
Absolutely, yeah. And I really like the non-committal 5As on the teleports there, showing some pretty good knowledge of dealing with 9 teleport. A lot of times you want to just show a couple of 5As in case they teleport above you, because the J2A takes a little too long to come out. And Haz 5A, absolutely a monstrous anti-air. Super fast, it's like, what, 5 frames?
It's crazy good. It reaches very high. If you get tagged by it, he goes straight into another Gatling, and it just, you're on the floor at that point. You're at Hazama's mercy.
And you see the 5As coming up here, but the teleport into the crouch ends up ducking under the 5A in this instance here. C comes out high-low, you gotta guess. Let's see what comes up here next. Going for the knockdown. Rock is available here. Swaps it out. 3C. Nice.
That's a punish. Gets the corner as well.
All right, let's see if he opts for a reset or just decides to cash out with the Exceed XL here.
Yep, catches out. I mean, active flow on the table right now, but out of the corner.
Ooh, Rock comes out, flux, but still doing all right. God hand connects.
That's another thing that Julio really likes to do is really check people with that God hand.
Oh yeah, he's a big fan of it right there. Fuzz also a big fan of 63D. So many Hazama players love the 63D in order to check for some of the air presence there. But I also want to point out that Julio's using Amethyst in a really nice way. Yeah. Able to cover multiple spaces like on Fuzz's chains in there. But Fuzz still finding a way to navigate around that and getting a hit here. Yep. Knockdown should be looking quite good.
It was a 2B charger too, so this is going to be very good damage.
4K.
How dare you not tech?
Oh my goodness, just decides to teleport out.
Yeah, he wasn't mediating, so. Nice, very good pickup.
Yeah, Fuzz I think is a really big fan of doing the 2-on-4B in order to check for delay techs.
Yep.
But a lot of times I think he can sometimes almost get into his own head in terms of covering options afterwards. So I think that was pretty good on Julio to not really show respect to that until like Fuzz started to cover that with just like stance into immediate follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes a lot of people try to go a little bit too hard onto the level 2, right? You got to show the level 1 first before you really start showcasing that level 2.
Absolutely. Oh, that was a really good reaction to jump on the seat coming out, but that was kind of insane.
Good confirm from Julio right here on block pull setup.
Oh, okay. Has to go for a left right. Oh my god, just teleporting up and above. Jesus. Things are looking decent here. Should lead to a kill off of this. Goes to the rock and gets it done. All right. Keep in mind though, Fuzzama is still at set point here.
Julio was really dominating in that last round, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I said, just 3 interactions and Fuzzama was dead.
Let's see if we can replicate that here. 2B counter, but not successful on the combo. Good IV on the A follow-up here. Amethyst and checking for the jump out immediately there. Yeah. Let's see what comes up next. Teleport once again. Fuzz is really having a hard time checking for those in the corner.
Yep. One more spell and okay, uses the Amethyst.
Things are looking fine here. Back to mid-screen. There's the God hand you were talking about earlier, coming back up once more.
Oh, wow, committed to that 2C.
Oh, overdrive coming out. Yep. I'm kind of surprised by that. I won't lie.
Careful for the Amethyst.
Julio's just teleporting around the screen.
Hey, this is the matchup, man. I mean, hey, how do you catch me if I'm teleporting around? My dash is a frame 1 projectile invincible teleport, and your only get an option is a teleport.
Yeah, I think really the big thing is, especially against Hazama, who's forced to like use a step dash, it can be very, very difficult for him to safely cover and then go into anything else. Oh, nothing big coming out here. Nice conversion though from the JA. Things are looking pretty solid here. Goes for the freeze. Let's check the mix. Oh, goes for the overhead.
Yep, I knew it.
Oh no, he missed it. He missed it. He did the microdash. He microdashed it indeed, and it still didn't work out. 100 meters to go. this should be a dead Hazama here, and we are likely going into a game 2. RCs doesn't even need it, and Fuzz out shaking his head.
I think he needed to get a fuller dash in that situation. That micro dash was not going to be able to reach in that situation.
Yeah, and that's tough to make that call out for, right? You don't know if the God Hand is going to be active, and if you get caught in the dash animation, it's a fatal that immediately leads into you just dying there outright. But yeah, really good spacing. That's one of the, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the messed up things about Nine in general. Not only is she set playing you, but she's also doing it at such great spacings that even if you try to go for some DPs against some setups, it just whiffs and she just looks at you.
So the big thing for that mix-up, right, is if you react to the God Hand perfectly, there is so much recovery on that move that it is scary, especially when your opponent has OD. That Fuzzama showcase, unfortunately, you know, not capitalizing off it too well, but
yeah, it's one of those very tense moments there. I think maybe in the lab you'd probably like overdrive into like 5D if you think the God Hand will catch you, but it can be very, very janky to figure it out here.
Oh, big counter hit.
Yeah, Julio absolutely does not want to deal with any of that. Even gets away from the J2-4B. Really good check, yeah. Things are looking good. Optimal chain confirms here. Gets the J2-4B knocked down. Not going to check the delay tech. Let's see what comes up next. Ooh! Just teleporting out of the way. And again, this has been kind of the theming of like Fuzzy's Oki right there. Just juliocrivera able to teleport and get out of dodge there. Oh, that's only a level 2 ice. Not active enough.
There we go. Works out this time.
Boom, boom. This probably kills, I'm not going to lie, just based on the starting damage here. Active flow as well into EA. No.
Oh, no, messes up.
I think the timer ran out. That's why 5D came out instead of the Exceed XL. Things are looking a bit awkward here. Oh, in fact, another drop here, but the JA chase.
JA is such a good move. If you have a really strong JA against 9 and you know that they like to be teleporting in the air, checking with the JA is always a good option.
Dude, I play against Ragnar players and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm navigating neutral.
That was messed up. I want to point that out right there. That was, excuse my French, but that was fucked up. Right there, you see that?
That was not okay. That was not okay for the broadcast. Mix up coming in here. Low gets F blocked. Rock is stocked. She's in the air. There's only overheads possible there. Dumps under. Nice. Ooh, I think they might have thought that they had
my
dude, his routing is crazy, man. The way that he tries to go for chains, it dropped, but still, really impressive stuff.
I mean, if he got that corner swap, you're a god.
Like, easily, right?
You're a god.
Like, come on.
I'm sorry.
You got to respect. No, nothing else could be said there, frankly.
Okay, but you were saying Ragnar JA.
Dude, that man sticks out his arm, points it diagonally down, and I say, oh, good heavens. I'm like, what else is going to happen here? Such a good non-committal button. You'll see that come up across the cast in various ways here in this top 8. But for the time being, Fuzz popping the OD here. Yep. We are indeed at set point. This will determine our first placement for winners finals here. juliocrivera absolutely trying to smash his way through, though.
It's okay because Fuzzama will be able to get burst back if they play this long enough.
We'll have to see. Active flow will certainly help that get generated here. We'll see what Fuzz does in order to get it off. Oh, there's the attention. So that means active flow coming up. Sparks up immediately here. Great timing here. juliocrivera had the option to burst. Likely going to do it on the next hit. He doesn't tend to overdrive. Let's see what comes up. No OD there for Julio. Teleports out of the corner. The 5As. There comes the burst. 5C in order to punish it. And Fuzzama
takes it. Oh my goodness.
Keep in mind, this is Fuzz's first top 3 placement at a major.
Yes, exactly. So good stuff. You know, a lot of Hazama players are like, yeah, Kairos, man, that's my go. That's my go right there. PNW representing. And all of a sudden, you know, every time I see Fuzzama play, I'm always like, yo, this guy's kind of crap.
No, he's very, very good. Like, I've played him a bunch in casuals, typically online, honestly. I played him offline, though. I'm not going to lie, there were plenty of games I was getting fried, I'll be quite frank with you. That dude is quite nice at the video game here.
There's something about Hazama players, man. I don't understand what it is, but, like, they are always the most cracked players I've ever seen.
It truly depends. Some of them, you're like, dude, you're bored. You want to zip around the screen. And then other times, like, you'll play against them, and you'll be like, oh, wait a minute, where did you get like 3 air throw reads here? That's kind of like absurd.
Yo, those confirms? Those confirms are kind of crazy. And speaking of confirms that are crazy, we got our next match coming up. We have Monarch versus KILLAKOBES.
The king himself versus the Bang player, quoting the Twitter bio here. So these two have not run into each other like a ton, but except on net play primarily. Like these two will usually show up either for an exhibition or they'll pop up for like usually grand finals of a net play set. In terms of offline, they don't run into each other too frequently. If I can recall properly, I do not believe that KILLAKOBES has beaten Monarch offline.
No, I don't even think they ran into each other in bracket at Frosties, which was the last major.
Yeah, I don't believe so. What did end up happening was Monarch playing against Icecool in that crazy thing. Dude, you were on that block for like, what, like 5 hours?
I don't want to talk about that.
Moving forward there. But yeah, the only person that Monarch has really lost to, like, that was kind of like a big switch up, I would say, was Bananakin last year.
I mean, Bananakin has always been his demon.
He's that dude, man, I swear to God.
Bananakin is that guy. The only person that's I've seen ever beat Bananakin is Pops, and that was back in BBCP.
Jeez, yeah, that was definitely way back in the day, man. But it looks like both players are locking in here today. Yeah, we are going to see the Bang versus the S here. Monarch has been focusing, I think, a little bit more on the S in this bracket as of late.
I mean, it depends on the matchup, right? Because there's... You see him choose the Lambda a lot against, like, Susano'o, just because, you know, his dash is... kind of a starter. A little bit of a starter.
Yeah.
But, you know, against a character like Bang that can zip around the screen a little bit better, you know, maybe controlling the space is a little bit better with a big sword.
I just now remembered, I have seen so many times in which Kobe has complained about the Lambda matchup, and then Monarch says, you have drive. That's like all the tweets. Monarch is not a mean guy. One of the nicest players you'll probably play.
I don't know, man. Like, something about Monarch is just like, yeah, he could say something, and I'd be offended for whatever reason. He's telling no. So me and Icecool, I was talking to Icecool. It was 10 a.m. I was like, hey man, you ready for a pool? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, we just, you know, shooting it back and forth, kind of like how KILLAKOBES got tossed around back. Oh, dual shock batteries low. But anyway, we were talking about how Monarch thinks that Lambda 6B isn't that good, and then we're kind of trying to tell him, hey, this move is kind of broken.
Oh god, alright, command grab ending up coming after him, surprisingly, honestly.
Monarch on the defense now.
Just blocking those 5A jabs there. I think that might have been a CA attempt, and then he was out of block stun, which is why the CT came out. Down
well, he didn't even have the meter, yeah. I don't think he had a 50 meter at that point.
He might have just barely had it, not too sure to be quite frank. That's one of those blink if you miss it moments here. KILLAKOBE moving on here. Things are looking pretty decent. Goes for the explosive nail. 5A
disrespected, yeah.
I like that from Monarch. You really do want to make sure that you're checking your opponent. It's a little surprising that Kobe ended up not needing there. Sometimes he'll sit there and block, or he'll go for a 2D in order to check out like a couple of rounds.
Like I said, sometimes people go into layer 2 a little bit too fast.
Yeah, that is honestly fair here. Monarch right now going to set up some set play here. Things should look decent here. Going to go for a likely, JD Oki off of this hit. Things are decent. Kobe bursts, and keep it in mind, Bang burst is absolutely pivotal to this character.
Yes.
So depriving himself of that resource means that Monarch gets to relax so much in plenty of interactions here.
I can tell you how many times on the entire crowd's hand where I've been robbed because of Bang said, I don't wish to play neutral anymore. I have overdrive. Let's go. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go next game.
Dude, I look at Jin, Hakuman, Bang, they click OD, and I'm like, all right, guys.
It's a little different, you know?
But no, I feel you though. But Bang being able to pop OD and say, what is this neutral thing you speak of?
I mean, okay, so like you got Bang or you got Hakuman and Jin, and it's like, okay, you popped OD and you start going crazy, and it's like, okay, yeah, you shifted up to third gear. When Bang pops OD, he puts on the NOS.
The Fast and Furious 2?
Yes. He flips the switch and both guys press the button and he just starts going, and I'm just like, you're a crackhead.
Yeah, no, quite frankly. The thing that messed me up the most is like dealing with wake up OD and having to learn how to time your jab or like set up whatever jab is proper to be like up forward.
All of a sudden you're up forwards in your face and you miss the jab and then you die.
It's terrible, dude. And I was landing on board. I was like, what does this character do about DP gets baited?
Fatal counter.
This should be great. KILLAKOBE likely going to route for all 4 seals. Let's see what he opts for here. Gets a poison nail. Things are looking great. Massive damage. Go for the 6D here. All 4 seals unlocked. Command grab super is available. Go for the regular version here. Let's see what comes up. Ooh, trying to cross with 2.
Kind of cheeky. A little cheeky, but it's okay. We got jump D.
Yeah,
that round was all KILLAKOBE right there.
I'm not going to lie. I blinked in 15 seconds past.
That happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes you make one mistake and all of a sudden Bang runs you over, and it's not like Bang does really bad damage in this version.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's able to capitalize on certain counter hits here, he really can't push the pace with that damage here. Whips the command grab, good punish by Monarch here.
Yep, no handshake here.
Just barely on time for the micro dash 5B. That's going to allow the JD Oki off of this setup here.
Oh, got him.
Jesus. That's looking nice here. Probably needs only one more hit, especially with the resources available here. Gets the JD. Air tech is a little awkward here. No drive coming out from KILLAKOBE here.
the defense. The defense is immaculate right now. Unfortunately, looking at his barrier, it's a little suffering.
Yeah, we might see a CT come up just to put KILLAKOBE into danger state. We already saw a couple of danger states come up in our top 32 earlier, so might see a bit more of that.
Look at that barrier. Just gotta watch.
Forced to IV, in fact, can't push out S as a result. GP straight up on the 6A.
Thankfully, no install, but this could be a turnaround, but only four nails.
This man jumped up while in danger state against S. That is crazy. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, burst out. I don't want to deal with this. And he just gets tagged by the projectile. I'm not sure what he tried to do there.
Yeah, he committed to the air backdash, but he wasn't really going to get much done there. Maybe like a double jump back would have been fine.
Yeah, maybe like a jump D to maybe teleport toward him or something.
But perhaps there, yeah. Not too sure. Unfortunate, resulting in losing this round. Now Monarch is at set point here, trying to punch his ticket into the winner's final set here. JD Oki likely going to come up after this knockdown here. Jesus, this combo's taking forever.
S combos take too long. Dude, I'm watching a Marvel Power. It's an overhead. Burst available. I feel like it's going to be a wake-up OD.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna,
yeah, don't bait the burst. Come on.
Yeah, take Bang's burst, always. I do not want to interact with Bang's OD at all.
Where is it? Where is it?
Not going to come up quite yet. Looking for one hit. All right, let's see what KILLAKOBE
He's got 4 seconds. 4 seconds for some mix.
No meter for a CR. 2A low. The OD bump. Not quite expecting that. Things are looking good, but check out the nail counter here. Only 3 nails to go. That's going to be absolutely crucial. Let's see what KILLAKOBE opts to do in neutral as a result.
There it is. Whips the 5C. Unfortunately, for Bang, it's not too much damage, but sets up the Oki situation.
Meaty ends up connecting here, resets into the air command grab. That is comboable. Gets it done, and KILLAKOBE survives on the winner's side here. Still have 1 more game to go.
Monarch thinking right now. It was thinking man's face.
Yeah, just probably going to take it easy here. I don't know if these guys are going to go right back into the rematch. Oh, going right into it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Now for our viewers at home, Towito, how does Bang's drive work?
Oh yeah, so each of Bang's drives buttons have a different guardboard property attached to it. Bang has several follow-ups you can do afterwards. The most common follow-up you'll see, and the safest one, is the explosion, which has tons of invuln. Not going to lead to a ton of damage, but it's usually something that you'll see come up afterwards. Kobe, however, is a fan of different follow-up, who usually teleport after the fact. That's the explosion right there. Gets sets up in order to take his turn back. Mind you, each of these drives are special cancelable, so you'll often see Bangs go for a drive and special cancel into 653B in order to frame trap and check any jab attempts there. 2A ends up connecting here. Not really going to have much of damage afterwards, though. Next hit connects here. Things are looking pretty good for Kobe here. 7 nails to go, however. Let's see what the Oki looks like. Likely going to use the explosion nail. Oh, sets up the bumper instead. Let's see what the mix is. You got a 3C, right? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the mix with the seal in the corner is very spooky. Even if you're Monarch, you know, sometimes you just get opened up.
Yeah, that 6B double overhead is looking pretty fresh there. I'm not going to lie to you. No nails left for KILLAKOBE there, and that is going to be very, very tough to deal. Bang no nails against S projectiles, not a very fun game to play. You can see the OD pop up right now. Probably going to be a JC. Yep, checking for Bang movement there. Not trying to commit and exceed Excel either. Monarch is just going to opt to zone here. Kobe trying to use that drive in order to teleport close to the S.
Oh, yeah, and getting caught with the air unblockable. All buttons in BlazBlue are air unblockable except for the A's, and you have to be barriering to be able to air block.
Yeah, and that can be very, very important. And that's why, if any of these players get set into danger state, it can be very dangerous. S's anti-air buttons are absolutely fantastic. We're C6. I mean, look, she's got a list. She's got a laundry list, you know?
I've been anti-aired by her 2A before.
Dog, I've been anti-aired. Dave's anti-aired me so many times for Jig 2A, man. I feel like a fool every time.
Okay, that's different. That's different. That character is the GOAT.
2A anti-airs in this game are so funny, though. I'm like, huh, this is really how it works. And then I do this now, and I laugh.
But while we were making some jokes, it looks like Monarch down a pretty hefty life lead. You know, Bang is a pretty healthy boy, and all things considered.
In general, I think Bang has 11.5K off the top of my head. Oh, no punish after the 6B follow-up, actually.
Yeah, KILLAKOBE and Monarch now on set point for this winter semis.
And things are looking absolutely close. Both players locked in. They do not want to get into that shark pit that is the loser side here.
Nice, using double projectile. S is one of those characters where she's like, hey, I'm going to do a diagonal fireball, and then sometimes I can do 2. I'm Shinakuma.
Yeah, it's really, really good for S, especially because she has multiple angles from it. Quick burst coming out from Monarch. Rather surprising, deciding to play out some of the neutral here, but Bang having the OD advantage can lead to some crazy things coming up here. Punish comes out here, 2D in order to check for the DP. Things are looking good for KILLAKOBE here, getting some of these hits. Let's see how many seals he opts to go for here. Gets 3. Not going to go for 4. DP RCs in order to block the explosive nail here. 6A ends up coming up. Monarch just deciding to go for the instant overhead here. JC once more. Oh, good timing to block there. Not
what
quite
is happening?
That's throw startup. Does he have the time to car cancel here on the OD activation? If not, this could be a dead S. No, he does not. 5A punish here. Active flow, 100 meter to go. Plenty of nails in order to go for a double super. Let's see if KILLAKOBE can get it.
This is definitely going to be it.
And KILLAKOBE messing up the combo here. Something happened. His controller might have died.
Oh,
guys,
no. Why are you setting up for? What are you setting up for? What are you setting up for?
He stood up. What are you setting up for? In a surprising set, he messed up the command grab. Monarch shaking his head. What have you done, KILLAKOBE? You have fumbled the biggest bag possible. His winner's finals ticket has been refunded.
I thought this would never happen ever since Ogawa. This hasn't happened since Ogawa.
This is an absolutely historic moment. Monarch even complaining. He's saying, what have you done here, folks? I cannot believe this has happened. Nobody. This is insane.
If I was KILLAKOBE right now, I would walk out of the venue.
I might just DQ on the spot. I would just leave. Look at him. He's so ashamed. He's cursing his own name, shaking his head in disbelief. Gets the fist bump at the very least. Hey, that's... Wow.
Why?
That is...
that was your game to win, Towito.
Ooh, yeah, that's... You know, we have a long-running joke with me and some of my friends. The Bag Fumblers Association. I think we have a new member here, KILLAKOBE. I think he might be a senior executive of the BFA. I think he might be up there. I really do.
I would have left the venue.
You wouldn't hear from me for 2 months. I would switch
2 months. I leave.
I would switch characters, switch tags, whatever it is.
Continents.
You gonna go to Europe, maybe? I don't know.
I'm going to like New Zealand or some stuff.
New Zealand?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to New Zealand.
I guess that's fair.
Somewhere that nobody knows me. I'm like, I don't play fighting games. I'm a farmer.
What are you gonna?
I grow radishes. Radishes in New Zealand.
Subsistence farming in New Zealand when you fumble like that.
Oh my goodness! And now KILLAKOBE is thrust into the shark pit that is the loser saying. He's gonna go home and he's gonna start growing radishes.
He has to fight juliocrivera, and
he has to fight against the winner of Kinari versus Don. And also in the bracket we have Icecool and Mastfam also there.
I'm so caught up on that. Jesus Christ!
Somebody clip that. If anybody has not clipped that,
you know that's going to be on Twitter. You know that's already going to be on the Combo Breaker Twitter. You know that. That clip will carry with him for the rest of his fighting game career.
He's going to be playing like Street Fighter 10 or something, and it's like, hey, I know you. You're that guy that fumbled. You're the fumbler.
Mind you, this is BlazBlue. You know, it's like people show up for this game. People show out, and it's a fantastic community. I gotta say.
There's 600 something people for this game, man. Or no, not some.
That's there's a little under 200 people here in this bracket, but in general, man, like, dude. The BlazBlue community, we all know each other.
This is an old ass game, all right? This is an old ass game. If you fumble like that hard against the GOAT,
it may be over. Any attempt at trash talk will immediately be eradicated. And Kobe's a trash talker. Kobe's a trash talker.
You could beat me like 50 games in a row. I'd be like, no, bro, at least I didn't fumble.
No. I would say. What? Hold on. Let me get today's date. I would say May 26, 2:41 p.m. CST. What happened?
Where were you on May 26?
2:41 CST. What happened? You wanna remember that? We can walk down memory lane here together.
Bro, you know that clip of X-Men where Xavier is fighting Magneto and he's losing, and all of a sudden
he puts him in the flashback.
That's gonna happen to Kobe, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Where's Kobe in the crowd? I need to see him. I need to see him in the crowd right now. Oh my God.
I wish we could do player interviews. I would drag him over here and just sit him down and say, so why did you do that? Your first ever win against Monarch.
There he is.
One of the winningest players in BlazBlue as of the last 2 years. Still shaking his head in dismay. Monarch, mind you, living his best life. Focused on the game. As we're moving on here with Mastfam versus Icecool. This is Mastfam's first top 8 at a major.
Yeah.
Really impressive showing here. Beating Kairos, which was crazy.
You know what's crazy? The first time I learned about Mastfam, I randomly entered a BlazBlue net play tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the early days of CF, and I instantly killed him in the grand finals.
So your first thing to say about him is, you know this guy? I cooked him once.
I'm just saying, let's go. I used to be godlike in this game. You guys don't know.
Rock with it. I won't lie.
I kind of cooked him. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But he has to play against Icecool, and we all know how good Icecool is. You know, grand finals, Frosty Faustings this year against Monarch. Very close side came from winners as well.
Yeah, having beat Monarch in that winners final set just to get there. Very, very intense. That was a grueling bracket for everybody involved here. And now Mastfam has to deal with him. And I'm not gonna lie, Mastfam's definitely shown some really good stuff here. Making it this far is an impressive feat. We had an absolutely bloody top 32.
Oh yeah, I mean, like he lost in the, I believe, winner's side, and then just ran a train to the loser side. He beat some crazy players. I mean, Kairos being one of them. The Arm was another one as well. And you know, those matchups are not very easy for Taker.
Lost Rachel Taker.
Like I said, hey, Kairos lost Hazama Taker.
That is true. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Any matchup I see against Taker, I just put DNI on the Twitter bio. I'm not trying to interact with this man whatsoever.
What matchups do you think Taker wins?
With or without ID?
Maybe Asriel?
I don't know. That man has a
Taker matchup.
Like space out 5C. Asriel's got 6C. Just hops over sledge. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough out here.
Noel?
Yeah, but it's Noel. You know? Yeah. That being said here, both players fighting for their tournament life on the loser side here in this top 8.
But both of these guys, definitely nothing to joke about, because this is it's going to be a very high damage match.
Oh, for sure. And Mastfam, I think this is one of those things about Taker that, like, sometimes people get surprised by it, but Taker's max damage is some of the highest in the cast.
Yeah, I mean,
he gets the right hit.
Before it was like, oh, I'm so scared of getting grabbed, and now it's like, oh my god.
You get counter hit by the silliest thing ever, and then you're like, why is this 6K useless?
Wait, you hit me with a 5A?
It's like, what's going on here?
Here we go.
Wedge Catapult going to be the first hit here for Mastfam. Icecool has to run through the 50-50 gauntlet.
Mastfam loves using that 2B whip into the 368.
Yeah, using the 5A in order to police a couple of defensive options here from Icecool.
Catches the backdash. That was a big nerf in CF to take.
Yeah, that backdash has a ton of info, but when you're dealing with characters with mid-range buttons like Susano'o, they're absolutely able to beat it out in at the mid-range here.
Exactly. Now, just waiting out the magnetism gets tagged with troubles.
No magnetizing. There it is with the Sparkle, however. That's one of the big things here for Taker. Even if you're, 720
I think he wanted to cancel when he was in the air. He just messed up the timing a little bit.
Oh my god, 6A trade, but it's still in Icecool's favor.
Is that a net combo?
It might have been. Yeah, there you go, on stage. You can see some real better.
Oh, there we go.
OD coming out here. This is sure to kill. Plenty of meter to go for here. Let's see. Rambu Super ends up coming out here as the flow as well. So many seals. Yeah, this is a dead man walking.
One of the coolest supers in BlazBlue, except for that last part. I don't know why he's a dinosaur.
I don't know why he does the Nappa thing with the mouth blast. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, Nappa did the mouth blast, never did it again.
It just, those things just randomly come up and you're like, alright, cool.
It's like in JoJo's, if you ever watch JoJo's, Dio does an eye laser once and then he never did it again.
They put that in his kit for like all of the games, like moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, it happened once, and they're like, "You gotta put that in."
Dude, I swear. Man, Icecool already moving on for a perfect here. However, things are looking pretty good. Mastfam below 30%.
Huge unlocks.
Throw, plenty of resources to go.
He's gonna be in the corner.
And this is one of those things. Taker is nerve-wracking no matter what. I like the safe jump into the JV here, but still not prepared for the RC60.
I think Mastfam was trying to buffer a 720 right there.
Perhaps. I'm not too sure.
Because he did get counter hit by the 16.
Yeah, DP does have a ton of blocks done. We saw Icecool, especially in the top 32, use DP into like RC60 a lot on Uri, for example, and that worked out very well in his favor. Maybe trying to use the DP hitbox in order to obscure the 60. Not too sure here. Early burst coming out here from Icecool. That's going to mean that's going to be pretty pivotal actually. Susan, especially if he's coming up from behind, really likes having OD in order to get a couple of unlocks.
No, Susan using her gun.
That's absolutely pivotal here. 6-8 not going to connect. Icecool a little too far here. Things are looking a bit awkward.
Yeah, back dashes away. We got Spark Bolt charged up. Nice blocks.
Icecool not really trying to push the tempo here, wants to play it safe. Absolutely does not want to.
He has a gun.
And he is absolutely expressing his Second Amendment rights. I'm not going to lie to you here, nobody.
Yep. And we're going to go straight into a setup here.
Oh, there's the whip. Once again, you were talking about it earlier here. Oh, nice routing as well. Managed to get a couple of decent hits here.
Nice slow wake up.
Quick rise. Man, that is throwing going, in fact. So that is a pretty smart choice there. If the 720 comes out, he has enough time to react and just straight up jump and use that throwing going there.
That was a reset right there.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Mastfam getting clipped by the 60 here. I don't believe this is going to be a combo that kills, but let's see how much optimization Icecool has.
You see how many unlocks this man has.
He does have orbs, so I may just be absolutely wrong. No sword available. Taker out is not going to get it done. OD available. 720 sure to come up. No. Both players cognizant of it. Jeez, that Taker health absolutely putting in the work to like keep.
He had 100 health left.
Yeah, if you put the numbers up, it's probably not looking great for Taker there. Oh, early OD coming up here. This is sure to be a couple of pivotal seals here. Gets wheel. Let's see what other seal he opts for here. Likely sword. Yeah. Once the
sword is such a good unlock. Oh, TRM.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of information for Icecool right there. Even if he loses that matchup, he's getting TRMs on wake up.
Keep in mind, it is do or die. Icecool here already at set point in a dominant first round. Walk up wheel.
The back dash.
Yeah, whenever I see Icecool boss walk on that, he's absolutely confident. Fumbling, however, on the burst bait. Gets the next hit, however, and manages to clean it up. 2-0. Great job there from Icecool.
Yeah, great stuff from Mastfam, honestly. Making the stop 8 is not an easy feat.
Not at all. But hey, Mastfam, absolutely, again, great losers run throughout, managing to get into that top 8 in the first place. Very impressive showing there. You don't see Taker make it far very frequently.
I can count on a hand how many Taker players are left in the scene, honestly.
Yeah.
All these new kids are playing these weird characters like Kagura and Susan and
there's a lot of snakes. There's a lot of snakes.
There's definitely a lot of snakes. A lot of Terami players actually. A lot of new players really like Terami.
Yeah, well DGF also, DGF especially, shout out to DGF, has like a whole cadre of them. But we'll get to that in a moment here. We got a break for you guys coming up here. But hey, stay tuned. We've already seen some insane stuff. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to Combo Breaker 2024. We had an exciting winner side of our top 8. You might have seen it on Twitter already, being clipped and shared around. Poor farmer, Kobe.
The Bang players, they're in shambles, they're suffering. But them's the breaks.
Honestly, he might have killed an entire generation of Bang players. His sacrifice shall be remembered.
Forever and ever onwards. As we are moving forward with our top 8 bracket here, folks, we've got a banger set of sets coming up here.
Yeah.
Mind you, in the winners finals, we got Fuzzama versus Monarch. KILLAKOBES is sitting, waiting on our next match coming up here, which will be Kinari versus Dawn, the Japanese Litchi player versus North American Relius.
Now, you may have remembered Kinari as a different name back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, so he went by a name called Rio Relius.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Now that brings me back to watching Monarch versus Rio. Oh my god, CEO! Ah! That was so fun.
But we're gonna see Kinari on his new character.
And I'm not gonna lie, this like, if you've watched BlazBlue over the years, Litchi's good. We know this.
Litchi has always been one of those characters that's like always been very good.
Never been bad.
Never been really low tier.
Yeah, basically.
Even in CT, everybody was like, oh yeah, Litchi, kind of low tier. And I'm like, this character's got kind of messed up normals.
Yeah, seriously.
All she does is super jump and jump deep.
Yeah, you'll see that come up very frequently in this matchup as well. Relius' ability to police the air above him, not super ideal, especially because of the super jump range outside of Ignis 4E right there.
Exactly.
You see it setting up the hard knockdown as well. Going for the throw in order to de-summon Ignis safely here. Kinari ends up busting out, sets the staff. Dual Bios out, already active enough actually to punish the staff launch.
Did that crush trigger whip?
I actually am not too sure of that.
Yeah, I mean, it was enough damage still to kill, but
yeah. So you'll see the CT come up in some dual bio setups in order to like A, lead to a guard crush, plus it'll also help like generate the active flow as well. So it's very, very good here. Dawn already getting an early hit here in the next round. Moving forward. Let's see J2 for B knockdown. Sends out the 2-1-4C, wants to keep Kinari locked down. Don tends to use Ignis very early on in these rounds in order to gain an advantage, and then will start using either meter or overdrive to cover. So you'll see sequences like this come up pretty frequently. But once that Dawn meter is very low, you see Don playing it out a bit more defensively.
Yes. But the staff is now away from Kinari. Well, tries to bait something with that swirl.
Yeah, not going to come out very effectively here. Kinari has the staff nearby for the launch. A little too much proration on there. Counter hit, not able to follow up afterwards. Sets the staff out there, waiting for Ignis to move forward here. One of the big properties about Ignis that will drive a lot of neutral decisions in this matchup is that when Ignis is active, she will automatically guard point all projectile property moves. So you'll see Kinari try to move the staff or activate it in certain spots there.
Whoa,
that might be a little unusual. Yeah, I do not believe that 2-2X was intentional there. 2-1-4 becomes the dual bios and neutral here.
Okay.
Pops the overdrive here. Might intend to kill outright with this confirmed
No,
here.
just one more setup.
Oh, but Kinari managing to block all of it.
Oh,
but
no!
Not dead quite yet here. CA comes out here. We might see an overdrive or a burst come out immediately here, but the doll is dead.
Whoa!
Pressure's not going to be big.
Big fatal counter for both of these guys.
Oh my god.
No, just getting tagged low.
Yeah, likely was opting for a fuzzy Japan. Don just having to uproarious laugh at it. Both players kind of recognized the situation there was a little janky.
Yeah, I mean, Kinari forgot about the overdrive version of Dual Bios right there. Oh, here we go.
Oh!
Here we go. It's back. We're
Rio
back,
is
baby.
back.
We're back.
Rio is back.
He's like, oh, let me show you how to play.
He's like, you know what? It's time.
I'll show you a relic.
Oh my! What with the vampire color too?
He's back, baby. He's back from the dead.
Oh my goodness! Burst comes out here.
Let me show
very
you new
early on.
blood.
All right,
Pay respects to your OG.
things are looking pretty decent here. Getting a solid knockdown as well. Goes for the 2-1-4C. Delay overhead here. Nice fuzzy dart here from Don, however, not getting caught up by that timing here. 2C ends up whiffing. That's an awkward hit. 6B connects.
Yeah, just waiting for the Ignis to come back, but now it's Don's turn.
Jeez, caught by the empty jump low coming up here. The 2D in order to cover for it. Likely going to see a dual bios here. This mix could be the end of the round coming up here. Nice blocks here from Kinari. Managing to get out of there, but it's the cross trigger that ends up connecting at the end of all of it.
Now set point for Don. The winner will face against KILLAKOBES.
I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty interesting there. Don and Kobe tend to play against each other very frequently, especially in net play brackets here, but I can't remember the last time they've actually played offline in the tournament set, so that would be an interesting scenario here, but Don getting the overdrive here, has to finish up this round first. 6A hard knockdown, things are looking pretty decent here.
Nice instant block. Oh no, getting counter hit.
Gets a 2-1-4B, but the spin on the 2-2X follow-up, nice counter hit 2C here.
Sets up the plays. Yeah, still stuck in the air dash animation.
Really smart call up there from Don, recognizing the likelihood of a late air dash mix-up coming up. Kinari setting up for a knockdown here. A bit awkward there.
Meaty throw.
Oh, no! That's an unfortunate drop there on the 2C. That very well could spell the doom for the rest of this round here. Don,
unless we mess up. There's a lot of spaghetti going on.
I'm not gonna lie, we'll see plenty of it on the winner side here. Let's see what comes up. 2-1-4A for 2-1-4A, and Kinari unfortunately losing to Don here on the Relius mirror.
Hey man, pay respects to your OG.
Oh yeah, Kinari, unfortunate loss there, but big smile on his face.
Yep.
Honestly, seeing him play like every time after a set, dude is absolutely having a blast. You gotta love the excitement there.
All the way from Japan. Let's give it up for Kinari, guys.
Thanks, guys, so much. We really do appreciate like all these players coming out here. A lot of international folks as well, whether it's Canada or Japan, and plenty of other folks in other places, man.
Exactly. BlazBlue is still alive and well, and it is always a pleasure to commentate a top 8. Especially here in the beautiful city of Schaumburg, where our wonderful venue is located in Schaumburg.
Absolutely here. Moving on, we've got plenty more top 8 action for you folks. In the next set that we have coming up here, this will be juliocrivera versus Icecool.
Yes, if you're going to following on, it's going to be bottoms up. So juliocrivera versus Icecool versus KILLAKOBES and Don in that losers. And then, of course, Fuzzama, Monarch sitting nicely in that winners finals. Now, I've never seen Fuzzama play against Monarch much. But we have seen Monarch play against many Hazama players. Probably not to the optimal level that Fuzzama plays, though.
Yeah, Fuzzama especially is a Hazama player that is extremely active. Like, having talked to him before, like, on a couple of things, we were discussing, he was like, hey, like, how would you describe my playstyle? And it's like, optimal. Yes, optimal, but on top of that, like, I like the joke sometimes that he plays a bit like a zoomer in the sense that, like, he really wants to play very quickly, get through as many interactions as possible, as well as that optimized damage there.
Yes, exactly. But we're going to see that a little bit later. Right now, 9 versus Susano'o. Now, this matchup is a little volatile. It's either 9 controls the nooch very, very well, or she get knocked down, and Susan runs a train.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, both characters have very, very heavy momentum going into it. Especially if 9 gets a knockdown before Susan has a chance to get a DP seal.
Oh, yeah.
Things look rough. Mind you, his DP is projectile property.
It's a projectile, so she can dash through it.
So, like, sometimes very, very janky things, like, end up occurring with some clash scenarios here.
I mean, so the big thing for, like, the big advantage that Icecool usually has against a lot of players is his defense is really nice.
I think he's got solid defense. I think he also has, like, a very good understanding of player habits. He can play around the player matchup very effectively here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one thing that I'm very curious about on the offset here is how Icecool opts to deal with Julio's movement.
Yes, so because how Susano'o operates with his dash, it's kind of hard to chase down a little bit sometimes. But his air buttons, especially the jump A, really puts a stop sign on a lot of the double teleports.
It's really, really good. And then you have to deal with his 5A on, like, knockdowns in order to, like, make things a lot simpler for himself there. So we'll get to see how these things play out here. But right now, we've got to deal with the round start here. What do you think is going to come up?
Well, I feel like Julio is going to be trying to run away most of this game. I would not be surprised to see if Julio starts around with like a super jump back.
All right, let's see what comes up. I think Icecool's going to probably IAD.
Oh my God, I was wrong. We're all wrong.
So, you know, these things happen. Players surprise us each and every day here. First knockdown goes in Julio's favor here. And again, the momentum is extremely important. That's why you're seeing the overdrive come up here from Icecool. He does not want to get locked down. And getting a hit means that he can finesse a few more seals for later on.
Oh,
Get the skull.
That's another spell that we actually don't see that much often, but it has its uses.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like every time 9 pops skull, there's like a weird, awkward exchange where both players kind of just stare at each other.
Yeah.
And then 9 teleports through and skull hits you, and you're like, right.
Oh, yeah, so that's what happens.
Basically, Fairy, in order to keep up with this offense here, gets the cross up, connects with Icecool here, and this should be a dead Susan on the board. First round going as a perfect, mind you, 7 golden letters for Julio.
Like we said before, and this matchup, not very favorable for Susano'o, but like I said, super volatile.
All depends on who can get that knockdown and start securing the momentum first. Burst coming out from Julio as well. Does not want to let Susano'o get that started whatsoever here.
One unlock already, and it's probably one of the more important unlocks for Susano'o.
Absolutely. Getting Sword in order to beat projectiles as well as show some neutral presence against some movement, really important. You see the JP coming out here trying to cover some spaces, but Julio's still able to teleport out of there, transitioning into some 9 offense coming up here right now. Amethyst out in neutral. JC, however,
chasing down the roll.
This is looking pretty good here. No resources in order to finish it up. Trying to go for a very ballsy teleport, DP rather, but not going to work out for Icecool here. In fact, he has been greeted with some set play coming up next. DP comes out clashing with the seed, but it's not going to go in his favor here. We're back to neutral.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Susano'o, super fast character, really low acceleration.
Yeah, that's one of the big things here. But once he gets started, Blaze is super fast right there.
But we were talking about the NOS, man. He's got the NOS.
Absolutely. Just takes a little while to get started up here. Amethyst and Julio already taking to the sky. Try to cover some
disrespect.
Dude, bashing on his side, you really got to let him know.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's got a lot more cojones than me, because if I ever block Susano'o 6B, I'm like, nah, I'm good. You can keep doing it. This is an infinite.
I'm like, yeah, please give me meter. I'll just CA you. We'll go back to neutral. We'll have a conversation later. 5A ending up connected
getting hit by the reset.
Pops the Amethyst here. CA and gets Julio off of Icecool's face here.
Burst out. Does not want to deal with the Grand Viper.
And I really like the 6A there from Icecool as well to cancel out the Amethyst. Because Julio wasn't in a threatening range, there wasn't really much he could do. Julio would have been forced to commit to a super jump J2A in order to like beat out Icecool, opting for the 6A there.
Oh,
cross
wow,
connects here.
The classic.
Overdrive, get it done, keep it simple.
That was such the, I have not seen that cross up in like 3 years, man. That's the first time he's busted it out in a very long time.
Dog, play against A-Drop. That man does some like cross under, and I'm like, how?
That is
why
true.
is Susan able to do
A-Drop is one of those guys, right?
I swear to God, yeah. Things looking pretty decent. And mind you, that was a very, very close set, but that round one really dominant. And like you were saying, the volatility very present in this matchup here with these players.
You can see that Julio is having a little bit of trouble measuring the distance where he is safely able to backdash because he's getting caught a lot on wake up because of Susano'o's speed. It's like, oh, I'm like full screen. He can't beat me here, and all of a sudden, boom, 5 feet.
Yeah, the way that Nine has to play preemptively is a little bit difficult sometimes, or it can be a little awkward here. And you're seeing Julio having a bit of a hard time covering for potential approaches from Icecool. Rock probably was going to be active there, so the EA there, very smart choice from Icecool, realizing the situation at hand. Life lead still in favor of Julio. Now you see a bit more defensive movement. But again, Julio moving into a bit too close of a range there where Icecool's able to capitalize on that recovery on the teleports. Meaty 60 ends up countering Julio. Might have been a misinput reversal super or something. Or maybe like dash startup.
It could be a lot of things, but honestly, the big thing that I'm noticing is Icecool has been sticking out that jump seat in such a good way, and it's been counter-hitting Julio every single time.
Yeah, it feels like every super jump that Icecool gets, somehow he lands a very precise, like, ear-to-ground normal there.
Yep. All right, full confirm. You're going to get the
off nice the roll freeze. That's going to be a reset.
Yep.
Realizes the situation and techs the throw. Really good awareness here from Icecool here. Gets the JP. Fuzzy! Just a little bit out of range, looking a bit awkward here. One fire stock. Ooh, and again,
you don't want to be whiffing like that with 9, especially against the characters that can kind of hit you for so much.
Yeah. And once again, you're seeing the concept come up.
The burst
60. Oh, okay.
The burst thirst.
Okay, things are looking back to neutral here, but Icecool is at set point here, trying to punch their ticket, moving forward in this bracket here.
He's got a gun.
Connects.
He's got a gun.
And he's using it.
6A, 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 RC6A is one of the... It is a move of all time.
It really is.
To close out sets, I've seen so many people just die to 6A.
You want to know something? And maybe this is me being a Bullet player talking about Bullet every 5 seconds. There was one time where I was on net play training mode with Ickdrop, and we're just lapping out a bunch of like situations. And you know how Bullet has the afterburner that has the guard point property on it? Yeah. Turns out that if you counter hit her afterwards, Susan can 6A, react to the afterburner, 6A again, RC, then Grand Viper into a full confirm full screen. That 6A is devious, I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a fast projectile. It beats out, I believe it beats every single projectile in the game, right?
I forget if it's beyond a level 1 hit, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I believe it even cancels out Spark Bolt, right?
I don't know. Spark Bolt durability is crazy.
The Spark Bolt durability do go kind of crazy, but it looks like it's going to be Don versus KILLAKOBE up next. Now, if you're KILLAKOBE in this instance, right, how is your mental?
I have the best case of amnesia possible for the past 30 minutes.
You took the shovel to the head like right after?
Oh my God! That's violent, man.
I'm just saying, I wanted to forget the last 3 days. Like, hey man, somehow I made it in this top 8. This is crazy.
They're like, oh, fantastic. Loser side? I guess I lost somebody really good.
Somebody.
Oh, well. But, so, KILLAKOBE and Don, at least in net play brackets, have run into each other like a ton. To kind of carry on what we were talking about a little bit earlier, I genuinely don't know if these two have actually encountered each other in a tournament set offline though. Don doesn't travel like super frequently, which probably like leads to that a little bit there though.
Yeah, so I believe this is the first time I've actually seen Don at a offline major.
Yeah, the only other major I can remember Don attending was CEO Taku 2022, I want to say, and I think he was like either 13th or just out of top 16, somewhere around there. I can't remember I can't remember the exact numbers there. But solid player in his own right. He's been grinding the game for a while, so seeing that pay forth here with this top 8.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have that many Relius players anymore. We used to have a huge Relius army back in the day, but
Miro's just a Gundam player these days.
Yeah.
I like log on this team, I look over, Miro's just on like EX versus or something. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the way that BlazBlue players rock, right? I mean,
they're on any movement game, I swear to God, dude.
Hey, man, hey, anybody want to play Apex? It's like, go, bro, there's a bracket going on.
Dude, you see, like, even Monarch, like, messing with, like, CC, playing, like, Intriogi, mind you, like...
I mean, okay, Monarch is a multi-game hero, right? He was in that top 24 for BlazBlue. He was in a big NBA ACU player. Of course, the GOAT of BlazBlue.
Absolutely. But we've got a different set of players here today. Some of the new generation trying to make a name for themselves here in this top 8. Early burst coming out from Dawn. Immediate 3C. Not a fatal, so not able to get any damage off of it. But still, the corner position is absolutely fantastic. Kobe quickly working on a perfect right now in this top 8.
Yeah, and this setup is real messed up too. We're going to see, okay, nice. Oh, using the barrier to get out.
And the pushback resulted in Kobe not able to dash cancel with the bumper off of the CT there. Really good stuff here from Dawn. A couple of jab checks here, not able to get too much done off of it. However, Kobe absolutely in his face. But counter assault 2D.
Yeah, counter assault 2D.
As Miura once said, I had to block a whole normal to take my turn. He even made a Magic the Gathering parody card out of it, I swear. 6B connecting in order to take the round here. KILLAKOBES up 1 round. Looks like he is absolutely unbothered by that earlier top.
Yeah, like we said, the shovel to the head. It works wonders.
I suppose so. I can't co-sign it on officially, but hey, I suppose the results are in.
Yeah, really good use of the barrier from Don, honestly. Just not letting KILLAKOBES continue pressure.
Overdrive comes out here. The meaty as well. Really good job from Don with the hesitation there. ODing against Relius, especially when Dawn is available and Relius is grounded, can be extremely awkward because Relius is still able to call Dawn in order to check for a lot of movement or reversals afterwards here. Regen is going to go absolutely in Dawn's favor here. Finishes up the combo here.
Yeah, we're going to get the 6A.
Hard knockdown. Time to guess. Goes for the throw. Gets Ignis off the screen here. J214 trying to cover that range, but just a little too slow. Kobe managing to slide right in there.
And once again, we saw it before.
Had to block a whole normal just to take my turn. Resetting the regenerator because Ignis is dead. And you'll see Dawn sometimes, when things get a little dicey, he'll start to JA a little more frequently, expecting some approaches. So you'll see either a back JA or sometimes even IAD JA expecting jumps here. And frankly, against Bang, expecting him to jump is not a very crazy bet.
I mean, you have a character that has probably one of the best movements in the game, along with a double air dash.
Yeah, it's very crazy, and the nails especially here. But Dawn has, I think, been doing a pretty decent job of using Ignis to police some of the nails. I'm curious to see how Cody might opt to change his movement around it or the nail usage. 214C, not meaty enough, and surprisingly, tried to go for the throw, but the wake-up OD ends up working successfully for Kobe here. Tease is getting mixed already, despite the return to neutral. And Ignis is dead. This is absolutely a problem for Donnie. Not enough meter for a reversal super as well.
Yeah, that poison taking down a lot of health as well. And big counter.
All right, things are looking pretty dicey here. Back to neutral. Both overdrives out of commission here. The 6D teleport ends up connecting here. 5 nails left here for Kobe.
He catches the roll tag, but no full confirm.
Backing up here, trying to go for an air throw, but spending out nails like it's fist. I'm not gonna lie. Things are not looking super great for Kobe. If Don ends up, even if this Hokie situation doesn't work out, the neutral is gonna look awkward for Kobe. But take a look at that overdrive meter here.
Yep,
that was a smart teleport. Oh my goodness.
One of the few characters. Oh,
he tried to burst bait. He tried to burst bait.
And guess what? You might die for it because now you're stuck.
60 out there in order to cover, but Bang can still teleport out of the way here. Things are looking dicey. QB connecting. Not quite there for the confirm, but the quick JQC connects.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even need to finish a combo. Sometimes you're just gonna go crazy. Go crazy.
I'll simply teleport around you 3 times, and by God, you're gonna get hit.
I'm gonna jump C? Okay, I'm gonna jump C again.
Once, twice, 3 times, doesn't matter, as long as I win on that end screen. Moving on here, we got our next round start coming up here. Dawn using the 5D, trying to space some things out here. There's that JA coming up once more.
5D?
That was bold, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, early burst from Dawn.
And I wonder if KILLAKOBES is opting to use some of the drives here because he's expecting some special cancels here from Dawn.
Oh, wow, and the reset. And it was a fatal counter. I'm not sure what Dawn was trying to press there.
I am not sure either here, but this could very well be a dead Puppet Master on the screen here. So much damage, plenty of meter. Active flow spawning at the last second here.
Yeah, the minimum then will take it, 1100.
Not enough RC in order to mess up that one if you put down the control.
Relax.
I know.
Relax.
Hey.
That never happened.
It never happened.
Unless it's on Twitter.
Unless it's on Twitter. But hey, must not have looked at his phone in the meantime, and I'm not gonna lie, I would not blame him whatsoever. Command grab during the Bang explosion, man, that is messed up, dude. 5 Ds coming out, a couple of whiffs here, but Dawn landing with the
Once
BRJ.
again.
Yeah, really calling out those special cancels with the drive. I think he's really trying to make use of that. And Dawn is having a hard time setting up a couple of frame traps in order to mix up his timings here.
Ignis a little high in the air for that, but it's okay. Finds the hit.
Gonna opt for the regen route here as well. Wants to keep his wife nice and healthy here. J214B, no, okay. Opts for the 3C knockdown. Things are still looking good. Meaty throw connects here. And that's a pretty dangerous thing to do, especially when Bang is rocking with a big old overdrive on deck. Reverse super coming out here. RC's pops the OD. Let's see if Dawn can get a median time in order to prevent any drive or dash out scenario.
Yep. Bang can't block.
Yeah, gets it done. Forced to use the barrier in that scenario here. And looks like there was a bit of like a scramble situation there, but Dawn managing to clean up.
Pretty even for both players in terms of resource.
It's all going to probably fall on whoever manages to pop back to flow first in terms of burst management here.
Yeah, right now it seems like KILLAKOBES might be the first one.
Let's see what comes up here.
Yeah, already got 4 seals as well. Chasing down with the bumper.
Tons of damage here. Dawn, while that burst gauge might come up, it might be too little too late. We'll have to see what comes up here. Another drive on a special cancel. I swear, Kobe is absolutely on the ball there. Resetting into the command grab here. Can go straight into super there.
Yeah.
Goes for the burst bait, however.
I think that was a burst safe scenario right there. Because he gets the jump cancel with that jump C.
Yeah, I don't know if the next hit kill. I don't know.
No, I think it was just it was a bad point to burst, but at that point it's like, if I don't,
literally do or die.
Grandma always said, never die with burst.
Yeah, at the very least, still a dead Relius walking, but hey, it is what it is. It's tough out here in this top 8.
Yes, exactly. But it looks like we're going to be going to our winners finals up next. Of course, we have Fuzzama rocking the Hazama and Monarch. I think he's going to play S in this matchup.
Yeah, probably yes. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, these players, again, are very familiar with each other. I think if you've been paying attention to BlazBlue, you've definitely been keeping it in mind. They've both been around in that top 8, top 16 area plenty of times, especially around like that Frosties, I believe. So you got to really keep in mind that there's a lot of awareness going into this set from both players and their habits. Now, I'm not really sure what's going to come up of this. I genuinely do not have a favorite here.
Oh, I mean, I always have a favorite. It's Monarch. That's the GOAT. That's LeBron, man. That's LeBron of BlazBlue.
We'll have to see if he can get it done against Fuzzama here today. And it's no tall order for either player, but Monarch absolutely familiar with this scenario. He's been in these winners finals, these grand finals. He's worn the crown so many times. At this point, it must wear heavy on his head. But at the end of the day, he's awfully humble, and he's just going to keep it pushing here.
Exactly. But, you know, everybody over here is trying to take that crown. That crown is coveted. So coveted in BlazBlue now.
I know, and there's so many new generation players here. Honestly, it's kind of crazy to think about here, but Monarch is legitimately the longest BlazBlue playing player here in this top 4.
Yes. It's very surprising, right? Because if you came from the older generation of BlazBlue, right? It's like you got people that came, go, switched games, all that good stuff. But Monarch is just like, yeah, I play BlazBlue. I'll dabble in these other games. And God damn, he's good at those too.
He is quite good, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see what comes up here. Oh, I got so surprised by BBCF.
Yo, relax.
Hey, look, I can't trust these players sometimes with these buttons.
Yeah, Monarch KBK kind of goes kind of crazy.
Dude, Elion BB, dude. That's wild, BB.
That's another person I haven't seen in a very long time.
Elion appears when he chooses to.
Yeah.
The last sighting of Elion, if I remember correctly, was CEO Taku 2022, I want to say. I don't know if he popped up the Frosties afterwards.
I don't remember seeing him at Frosties this year, actually.
Yeah, Elion just kind of appears randomly, and you're like, oh, it's Elion.
Oh, yo, it's Elion. I remember this guy.
Oh, one of the best North American players. Oh, hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
And then it'll just quietly vibe out, and then disappears again for however long.
Whatever happened to that guy 13 Blades? I haven't seen him in a while.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, what happened to that guy? I miss that guy. That Jin was crazy.
Yeah, man. Nowadays we just got days.
Yeah, I mean,
my player's pretty good though.
Yeah, my player's pretty good. Maya's a pretty esports character. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she's super esports. I'm not gonna lie to you. But right now, we are moving on here for our winners finals for Combo Breaker 2024 BlazBlue Centralfiction. We are seeing Hazama versus Lambda. Let's see what comes up in this 3 out of 5 set.
Now, this is a really surprising pick from Monarch, actually. I was expecting to see the S, but it looks like they're more comfortable with the Lambda.
Yeah, I think this is and sometimes I think Monarch will go Lambda because he the length of the set allows him to at least switch around with characters and kind of experiment.
I mean, he's got 3 out of 5 games as well. This is winners final.
Yeah, ton of room to work with here. 6A ends up connecting. Things are looking pretty decent. Should be a side swap confirmed coming up here. Things are looking good. Likely going to go for the Spike Chaser Oki, locking down Hazama here. Couple of 5Bs probing for some defensive responses from Fuzzama here.
Yeah, but catches it.
Things looking good. Going to go back into the same Oki. Active flow available as well for that damage bonus. Should help Monarch clean up here. 5A, 6A, not able to get the rest of the confirm here.
I think they were trying to bait a burst right there.
Potentially there. I'm not going to lie. It was a bit of an awkward scenario. OD coming out here from Monarch. He does not
unblockable. That move was unblockable.
And I'm not going to lie, Monarch, I do not blame him for trying to just meaty straight up on the OD activation. I would not want to play around with Fuzzama with getting away and hitting you with a straight chain.
I mean, in that situation, it's like, hey, I'm gonna meaty 5A. What are you gonna do?
Absolutely.
Spend the super.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Spend the super.
That's 2K. Let's go. Let's play neutral. Let's have a blast.
Spend the super. I dare you.
Absolutely here.
It's unblockable, man. I'm telling you. You know what's messed up?
Again on the back dash?
You know what's messed up? Before this top 8, I was in the crowd. I was talking. I was like, man, Monarch, 6B is unblockable. 6B is unblockable.
Nah.
It's like, oh, I don't know if it's unblockable. I can't help but block it.
Oh,
and I'm just like, bro.
He literally did that overhead 4 times in a row.
Block it. Why don't you block it, huh? I'm telling you, that move is unblockable.
You know, technically it's a head property. You can anti-air it if you're feeling frisky, I guess. But, yeah.
I would be feeling some sort of way with Fuzzama right now.
Oh, for sure. Are we going to make sure that these devices are disconnected? Okay.
We're chilling.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not going to I would not want to see any surprises. We've already seen craziness, regardless in this tournament here. Keeping it simple here. Moving forward with Monarch up 1 game.
If you're Fuzzama, you're going to be like, I need to block this overhead. I need to block this overhead, right?
Then you're going to get clipped by the dash up 2B or the space 3C, and oh my god.
That's the mental set right there. That's layer 1. That's why I say I love layer 1 because it's the simplest stuff. It is just a reaction check.
Yeah, it's simply, okay, well, I've hit you with this multiple times, and you failed this multiple
times. Show me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show me that you can block this.
Command dash throw for round start game 2.
Man, I hate Monarch, bro. Monarch kind of an asshole.
You think he's mean?
I think he's kind of an asshole, bro. Look at this gameplay.
He's a good guy. Look, sometimes, again, right, you have to push people through these reaction checks and the conditioning at hand here.
Oh, trying to do a quick wake up.
Yeah, meaty 5B is going to connect here on that quick rise.
Now, if New York was here, they'd be yelling at Hazama, burst.
Potentially here. Lots of IBBs.
No, brother. Why? I didn't mean it.
That was definitely meant to be an OD activation. So I'm not sure what came up there because that was just
they just got clipped. Yeah, they just got clipped.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Fuzzama, is Fuzzama from NorCal? Because that was a very NorCal burst.
He is not NorCal. I can definitely tell you. I believe he's around Midwest. I always get it confused. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a terrible player.
Let me tell you, that was a very NorCal burst. Okay, nice reaction to these guard crush.
And I like the movement there as well, managing to get just away from that 2D there from Monarch here.
Oh, I think that was a messed up dash block right there.
Potentially. All right, throw comes up. Things are looking pretty great for Monarch here. No burst available for Fuzzama. Barely any resources to work with, mind you. No CA, no super, nothing available.
Only one more interaction for Monarch 2.
Oh, and he is not. And if you see that throw, that tells you so much about a player outright. That tells you that Fuzzama is not throw-lessing. He's trying to go for raw throw. And I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty sure that overhead for Monarch, the 6B, is technically airborne.
Yeah.
So if he decides to shimmy into 6B, he will get a counter for it. Or, I'm not gonna lie, Monarch is a big fan of 2-2D as well. He'll just dash up 2-2D, or he'll do
you just saw it right there. He just used it as a reversal.
Yeah.
I can speak English. I've been awake since 9 a.m., guys.
But yeah, honestly, I'm wondering if Monarch's going to try to capitalize that, because it really feels like on the defense, Fuzzama is getting absolutely cooked. Yeah.
Absolutely cooked.
It has been so rough for him there. And
Hazama's at the cookout. He does not know how to make a good burger right now.
Yeah, he's definitely making a congratulations cooked burger right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Beyond well done.
This is well done. I need ketchup on this.
This is A++. That is how well it's done, dude, I swear.
All right.
5D, or Roundstar 5D rather, not connecting here. Things are looking fine. Chilling out in neutral. And you got to keep in mind, Monarch is trying to use some of these drives to probe for some of Fuzzama's actions. And the 60 and 2T tells me that he's expecting Fuzz to jump into a chain here.
Yep.
And on width, it's rough for Fuzz because he doesn't have a good dash to go in. He has to react quickly with the chain on the drive whiffing there. Tries to go for the overhead once again, but the EA from Fuzz is going to get it done.
Gets hit by the stance overhead.
And running, and with that burster going back to neutral. Clip low there, Fuzz likely trying to go for a fuzzy jump in this scenario here. And
now he's trying to block 6B. I'm telling you, it's there. It's there. The threat.
Given how many times it's come up, I would not be shocked if that were the case.
Just I like it. The late 2A, 2A.
Expecting something from Fuzz, willing to back off into neutral. Fuzz managing to take a note of that. 6A didn't even believe in the hit, goes for the RC and continues on here.
Just react, brother. Just kick your first.
He had such a high belief that Monarch was going to block that 6A.
Don't believe in Monarch. Believe in yourself.
Unironically, when you're up against a player of Monarch's caliber, you kind of have to do that. It goes beyond like, hey, like this player's very good, like I hope to beat him. You have to be like, I need to cook this person. I need to go beyond whatever he has. I can't reach that. But right now, it is looking absolutely tough for Fuzz to reach that. I mean, look at the scenario here. Things looking dicey. Plenty of meter to work with. He's expecting something there. Yeah, very good reaction there. Blocks the 6A this time, however. Couple of 2As for this pressure here. 50 meter available. No 2-2D coming out from Monarch. There it is, however. Barely any meter to work with. Such little health here. 20 seconds left on the clock. We might just see a timeout point
one more time.
If at first it does succeed, hey, I'm going to do it
one time for the one time, you know?
Absolutely. Two time for the two time at this point.
Barely. Yeah, Monarch's usage of the 2-2D is just really, really good, honestly.
And again, as if on cue, I swear.
He's listening to the stream.
Wheel comes up. I'm surprised Fuzz got caught by that. Not sure if he was in recovery or something there. Overhead once more, and this is
0 out of 0.
It's
0% block.
He got the one with EA.
Okay, that's fair.
Out of,
but it wasn't a block.
Out of 10. It's 1 out of 10.
It wasn't a block.
I know.
All right, this makes no follow-up.
Oh my God, Monarch trying to 2-2D, end up getting caught out by that, I think. Yep. Things are looking decent here. Doesn't go for the EA. Active flow is available for Fuzz, though. That extra damage is going to help. But most importantly, the burst gauge as well. If he takes this round, he's looking pretty healthy on the burst gauge here. Trying to go for the J2 or 4B. Not going to end up following up with an RC. Monarch very willing to believe in parts of Fuzz's pressure, but the JB finally coming out here.
Nice backdash. The Murakumo backdash definitely goes crazy.
Oh, it is so good, dude. You got to figure out your option selects around that, I swear.
Nice, confirmed.
This is looking good for Fuzz, 70% on that overdrive meter, but plenty of heat as well. Things are looking decent here, 100 meter as well. Let's see what comes up. 5C, oh my.
Interesting reactions from both players right now.
Oh my God, beautiful anti-air coming in here. Yeah, Fuzz is about to be available. OD, however, OD for OD. It's just a 5B. 2-2D has not enough invo for this.
Should be it.
And Fuzz managing to get the hit off the linchpin of that OD. That's why burst management is such a crucial aspect of this game. You see both players holding on to it, causing such a crazy scenario here. Fuzz with just a little bit of life to go here in this bracket set. You got to keep in mind that Monarch is at set point here. The nerves are absolutely on fire. You got to get it done here just to move on for more games here.
6B.
Once again, dude, I swear to God, man, somebody's got to bring up the numbers here on the success rate. Oh my God, trying to back as well. Things are not working out well for Fuzz here. Again, that defense has been absolutely suspect. Opened up once more. Active flow over 50 meter to go here. Monarch probably going to look for a burst safe set here.
A little bit too close. Usually, if you're stuck in that 5D combo, it's really, really hard to find a first spot.
Yeah, but Monarch having a hard time figuring out maybe a micro walk back here. Spending the RC trying to catch up Fuzz. The boss walk on him gets challenged. Overhead connects here. Things are looking decent for Fuzz. A lot of meter to work with, but Monarch with the burst and 50 meters could very well see a reversal super or wake up OD. Gonna be the 2-2D getting caught here, however. Things are dicey. 2-2D again.
No one punish.
360 whisk, but no challenger from Fuzz. Not quite on the ball here with it, but it's the overhead that takes it. And Monarch has punched his ticket into grand final set here. Shaking his head, he knew that last interaction was absolutely dicey.
I mean, every single overhead, man. Every single, I'm telling you, it's unblockable.
Dog, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Fuzz, the very first thing I do when I get home, win or lose for this tournament,
reaction tester.
I go into the lab, I do 2A, 2A, 6B, 2A, 2A, 2B, and I make sure I got it handled. Because man, that was tough.
0% success rate. Honestly, it's a. Like I said, that move is so hard to block. I can't fault him for not being able to block it. But looks like we're going to have Monarch, of course, in the grand finals. But Fuzzama sitting in that losers finals, waiting on the winner of Icecool and KILLAKOBES.
Two players that are on pretty great terms with each other. Good friends, if I recall correctly here. These guys have played against each other countless times, both offline and online. But when it comes to the offline sets, Icecool has absolutely had Kobe's number here.
I mean, Icecool is a person that really needs no introduction. So many top placements. Of course, like I said before, Frosty's grand finals from the winner's side. Unfortunately, losing it over Monarch in a very, very tense set.
But yeah, moving forward, these guys are trying to fight just for the opportunity to play against Monarch, mind you. Both players.
Well, they have to face against Fuzzama first.
True. Who is sitting patiently in the losers finals set here. But right now, we still got loser semis to go through. I'm not gonna lie. Based on history, Icecool has done pretty well.
I mean, Kobe is definitely playing out of his mind this tournament, right? And sometimes you just need a good day. Sometimes you just need a good day. You know, sometimes your opponents are like having an off day or whatever, and that's just the tournament experience.
But Icecool having an off day with some of the sets that he's been playing, and he also seems equally locked in. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, sometimes it really just comes down to how much you want to win the tournament.
Right.
And of course, we got the must-die power-up.
We are locked in here today, and again, both of these players have fought tooth and nail just to make it this far. Neither player wants to lose out here in this loser semi set. This one is going to be tough, but let's see what comes up of it here for our Combo Breaker 2024 Top 8.
Now in this matchup, it's very interesting, right? Because both these guys don't have, I want to say, the greatest defensive options, right?
Yeah. Kobe, especially on the bang, you're forced to really RPS on your own defense, right? The drives can get blown up, whether it's a low or an overhead, depending on the specific one you're going for here. Early OD, however, coming up here for Icecool as KILLAKOBES mounts his offense here, finally opening him up there. And if I'm Kobe, I am having a blast here. Managing to deprive Susan of that overdrive early on and place him at disadvantage, very, very good times.
Guard crush. Nice micro dash 5A. Unfortunately, a little bit too far. Trying to beat the burst.
In round one, 20 seconds haven't even passed.
Like you said, these guys play each other a lot.
You gotta get to these guys some water. Burst thirst is reading you, I swear.
That's a problem I've been seeing in BlazBlue for a very long time. Is everybody's just so burst thirsty. It's concerning.
Yeah, it's very tough to like kind of manage it around. Like sometimes it can be player dependent, sometimes it can be character dependent here. But there's a lot of times in which being willing to take the burst is fantastic. Whoa, what in the world happened
Dash
there?
through the guard cancel.
Oh my. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely played casuals against Kobe and Bullet 2B, low profile things. Sometimes this game's collision boxes aren't real, I won't lie to you.
Hey man, sometimes stuff happens, and when we were talking about stuff happening, Icecool just gets counter hit by that 6B.
Yep, Kobe managing to pick it up and take that first round here. Things are looking pretty decent. Burst gauges are pretty low for both players coming into this next round.
Now, another big thing to realize in this matchup is that Susano'o is a very tall character. That means nails play a little bit more of a factor.
Oh, for sure, for sure. 3C connects, the classic bumper combo. You know it, you love it.
Nice block on the empty low. Doesn't block the overhead, but Kobe not believing in it.
And man, I feel like Kobe sometimes, it feels like right now is running like almost Ragnar offense with all these micro dash 5As and 2As.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's working out really well because Icecool is now sitting on one interaction.
6B fatal could very well change a lot of things, but that's going to be nearly 50 meters for Kobe.
Oh, and the
just
quick
quick dash against Susan.
That's the bank player special, man. Ever since Dora, it's just like, oh, Dora does it, I'll do it too.
I swear, man.
Every single bank player, without fail, will always be Wise Smash.
Dude, Texas players go Grind Smash, man. I'm having flashbacks to a completely different set, I'm not going to lie to you.
Please, elaborate.
Okay, so there was a Boston, Texas exhibition. I don't know why, but there was a Boston, Texas exhibition. Let's just say Chixama clicking Quick Rise 2A was a demon for a couple of us, including myself. That being said, throw gets teched here. We're moving on blazingly fast. 6A, OD's not going to quite get it done here. 633B, you got to be very mindful of that. If there's one thing Bang players like to do, it is drive into 633B in order to frame trap and reinforce that there. Yep. Sometimes you got to play it safely, other times it might be a little shiesty, but in this case, not working out too well. Bumper just a little too far away for the dash after the 6B, but Kobe absolutely moving forward here. Another 6B. This feels reminiscent of the Monarch set at this point. How many overheads are going to connect?
Hey man, right now Icecool is stuck in the corner, very reminiscent of the last match. Trying to go for a cheeky throw, we say.
Yeah, I was looking for the air tech from Icecool, who ends up falling down straight to the ground. He was like, man, Icecool's got such a big life to go with, and I'm not gonna lie. This is cancel everything I said. Things could take a turn for the worse for KILLAKOBES here. Routing is looking pretty good here. Gets the Grand Viper as well. 86C, that's quite plus. Looking decent. Nails come out there.
Yeah, Jumpy Jump C will take it though.
Yeah, Icecool getting clipped for jumping out there. That looked a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. It's not bad to jump into the nails in order to like make Bang a little less plus there.
Yep.
But in that exact scenario, like a bit scrambly there, and Kobe ending up winning the interaction there. ID over the 5D here. Things are looking pretty decent until Kobe gets his hit. And once again, Icecool consistently on the back foot in this set here. Now deprived of reverse, Bang mounting his offense. The seals are like piling in here as well.
Yeah.
4 seals down there. That's going to be extra damage on the drives, but most importantly, that command grab super is available. So if Kobe ends up losing a couple of interactions, he always has that available with the 50-meter in order to check for a couple of movement.
Oh, big counter hit. But, you know, KILLAKOBES is on set point right now. It's not looking good for Icecool.
And once again, even though the moment Kobe gets on the back foot in these sets, after Icecool finally wins an interaction, it feels like he's always willing to mash or press the issue and challenge off of these interactions.
That jump A, putting in the work.
Up here next. Oh, he saw the 60 start up and still ended up blocking. Oh, tragic.
You know, sometimes your mind has the right choice.
Oh, you got to jump? No! He ended up committing to maybe like a throw S or something that the TRM ended up coming out here.
Oh no, getting caught. One chance.
Oh my goodness.
My Lord.
I don't think he expected the Grand Viper outright to connect here. Kobe must have been holding up back in that scenario to get caught out by it here. Grand Viper comes out once again. Mix doesn't end up working out here. 2-8 staggers. Not really any dice here. 20 seconds left on the clock, but Kobe
takes it over Icecool.
2-0, mind you.
2-0. And you know, KILLAKOBES, like I said, if you play good, you play good.
Honestly, yeah, like, dude, we were joking about the shovel to the head, but man, it really does feel like Kobe has absolutely reset after that winner side loss against Monarch and has been pushing through with absolute force.
Yes, and of course, they have to still face off against Fuzzama in that losers finals. But with the way they're playing, you know, it's looking pretty good for him to ride it all the way to grand finals.
We'll have to see, though. Fuzzama definitely is a tough opponent to match up with in that losers finals here.
Now, Bang has a lot of ways to really get past a lot of Hazama's like neutral, just because, you know, he has access to 12 nails. These nails go kind of high if you're using the D version because they bounce off the ground. You have 3 of them in the air. If you get countered by it and KILLAKOBES is ready, you're getting knocked on the ground, and Hazama is not known for their great reversal offense.
Yeah, and one thing that's really important to note is that while Hazama does have access to the B-chain follow-up that does have projectile invuln, it can be tough, especially because he reels back,
yes,
and the nails will bounce up there. So it's up to Kobe to be very mindful of how much he wants to spend in order to push on with some neutral advantage here, and how much he's willing to try to contest against Fuzzama in the air here. Now, KILLAKOBES is definitely a big fan of that JA and the JB, which can put in some pretty good work in this matchup in the air-to-air scenarios here.
And depending on how high he is, the jump C from Bang as well.
Right? So there's a lot of options here too. Fuzz, I will say, big fan of 5C and 2C especially, and will like pop in the 5As in some scenarios here in terms of his anti-air options, but then you still have to deal with Bang JB as a potential anti-air.
Yes.
So
I mean, that comes down to playing against the player at that point, right?
Right. And again, these guys are locked in, part of the new generation of BlazBlue players here. No matter what, we're going to see a bit of old versus new for our grand final set. It's just a matter of who here, as we are moving forward here in our losers finals for BBCF Top 8.
letting the intros play out. This is the losers finals, so.
You got a 3 out of 5, so you could get nice and comfy in this set, but let's see what happens.
Quick use of that, the B follow-up.
Trying to chain around there, let's see. And Kobe not opting to use too much nails in neutral, trying to use Bang's presence and the implicit threat of these nails in order to curb some of Fuzzama's movement. Pops the bumper here, gets the 3C bumper extension. Things are looking decent. CT bumper.
Uh-oh.
Lands a 6B, but not quite there. Maybe it got hit a little later than expected and unable to follow up here.
Nice use of that anti-air.
Things looking good for Fuzz here.
Yeah, it's your turn in the corner now. Mama said it's my turn.
4K damage and active flow coming up next. Things are looking pretty decent here.
Reset the neutral.
And there's that interaction that we were just talking about there. Despite the B chain follow-up, because the nails backs up, Fuzz ending up getting caught there despite using literally the anti-projectile version.
Exactly. But, you know, there was a lot of information that KILLAKOBES got from Hazama's set against Monarch, and that's the overheads. You saw the overheads coming out.
Absolutely.
Getting clipped a lot by those, that 5C, that 6B.
Yeah, dude. The bank stackers in the 5C are like a trick, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Early burst coming out from KILLAKOBES doesn't want to deal with any knockdown corner scenario with Hazama here.
Nice block.
I really like that job jailing into the 5C here. Pretty smart stuff here from Kobe. Fuzz on the ball with blocking it in this scenario here. Gets that cross under. This is going to be a corner out. Over 3K damage as well. Things are looking pretty decent here. Now, one thing that's really important to note about Fuzz's offense here is that he does have access to command grab up here in order to check for some of the drives from KILLAKOBES. Hasn't shown it quite yet, though.
The meaty from the explosion nail.
Things are looking pretty decent here. KILLAKOBES going to be able to drop, like, get rid of so much of that overdrive timer from Fuzz.
Yeah, now this is getting really scary, especially for Hazama, right? Because he has access to command grab. If you jump in the air, like you do as Hazama, you're going to get scooped.
Potentially. Oh, wow. And a bar 2C here calling out the jump out from KILLAKOBES here. Trying to change some of the momentum.
I didn't know where side he was on.
I think Kobe was trying to guess when the 2D there. He saw the crashing animation come up here. This is looking pretty good. Plenty of damage, plenty of meter to work with. No!
Why didn't you super?
I think, I'm not too sure. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure that like the C super would have worked in like at that space in there.
Gets hit by the 5C and go straight in overdrive.
This could potentially lead to the end of this game here from Fuzz. A very unfortunate mistake coming up here, and that is very, very punishing. When you are at this level of play here, any mistake is going to be capitalized on as much as possible.
Yeah, you see Fuzz kind of shaking his head right there. He's like, oh man, I should have supered. That would have killed.
That's one of those things you kind of have to immediately forget it happened and push forward. Take the information that you may have learned from that first game and apply it to the rest of the set. Again, it's losers to finals. You got a 3 out of 5, plenty of room to work with in order to learn more about your opponent.
Going to the second set right now. Hazama, you're going into that early stance.
The 2A ending up catching out the end of the guard point frames there from the 5B from KILLAKOBES here. First knockdown goes in Fuzz's favor.
Nice OSing.
On the ball here, things are looking pretty good here. And if I'm Kobe, I'm going to keep that in mind with that interaction and start opting for a bit more bang explosion. Let's see what comes up here next. Still going for the teleport step here, however.
Nice, confirm.
Dude, this is some sauce, I'm not going to lie to you. 6A connects here. Once again, opting for the RC. No matter what on hit, it's going to connect. And if it's on block, you keep safe. Really good awareness here from Fuzz.
Yeah, that is a very big turnaround for Fuzzama right there.
Yeah, honestly, we've been talking about both players kind of pushing on and moving on, like despite any incidents that may happen previously, and it feels like Fuzz is absolutely mastering that content.
I mean, that's the net play experience, right? It's like, oh, I lost. All right, next game.
Seriously, these guys are also rivals here. I'm not gonna lie. You see these guys ping for games at like 2 a.m. I swear. Things looking good here for Kobe.
Yeah, another turnaround from KILLAKOBES right now. It could be in a back-to-back perfect from both players.
Yeah, really good routing there. I honestly thought he was going to have to pop OD to go for an EA ender there, but
that was 5,000 damage, man.
Like, yeah, and I'm genuinely meterless. No OD spent there, mind you. That was really good stuff.
Oh, big counter hit.
This is going to be pretty good for Kobe. Let's see how many CNC unlocks here. That's 1, that's 2, 3. Gonna opt for 4 here outright. That's looking really good. I like this stuff from Kobe. You know, having seen him play like early on, even like a couple of years ago, he wouldn't often route into like all 4 seals for something that's confirmed. So I'd like to see that kind of like adjustment over time here from Kobe.
Little drop combo.
Oh no! Not recognizing the explosion, but still managing to block action. Good reaction here.
Oh yeah, there's the explosion.
And there's that adjustment from KILLAKOBES. Oh, you're going to go for like 2A, 5C in order to catch any teleports? I'll just explode and get my counter in for you. Going for the nail here, popping the OD, maybe looking for a command grab potentially, but it's the fast overhead that connects.
Oh, messes up, but no punish.
3C there, not going to connect there from that range. Maybe maybe a micro dash 5B would have connected, but it's hard to tell at that spacing and that timing there.
Nice.
Good air. Oh my
Disrespecting,
God.
yep.
And once again, it feels like Kobe will run with so much advantage over the course of a round. His opponent will get one knockdown and it's like, watch this, and mashes.
That's the bank special, man.
Dude,
Stop giving me respect.
And it works because when you finally get that knockdown from like, when your opponent finally gets a knockdown on you, sometimes they're like, okay, like I have to think about this option, this option, this option.
So I want to see more people start using a meaty throw on KILLAKOBES because they're letting him get away with that wake up 2D a lot.
Yeah, I think it's been prominent, and especially like you can still go for like either a low or a medium overhead depending on like the potential drive, because none of these drives are like frame 1 guard point, except for I think it's 6D if I remember off the top of my head. It's like the fastest one around like frame 4. Don't go
Something like that
necessarily.
Nice. Checks it.
Things are looking good. Micro dash 5B. Things are going to end pretty standard Hazama B and B here. Going to drain as much of that OD timer as possible here. Once again, going blow for blow here in this loser's final set here. Fuzz deprived of a potential perfect block to the overheads here. You got to remember, after that like 2-2A, like JB, you can't start to challenge Bang there, especially if he does JB 2-2A JB.
Nice air to air or anti-air with that 5A. Checking him.
Gets the super this time and is going to clean it up, especially with the active flow bonus.
Good old Mizuchi.
Oh, absolutely. This is a classic. Seen that too many times, I swear. Things are looking pretty chill here, but again, KILLAKOBES up 2 games, so much breathing room here, and Fuzz has got to get it done. He absolutely needs to lock in if he wants a chance to play against Monarch in that grand final set. Solid 5As there, but just not quite connecting, and KILLAKOBES manages to win this interaction here.
Back into the corner, though.
Things are looking decent. Let's see what the wake-up option is. It's going to be the OD there.
OD's back.
And that's one of the things that makes it actually kind of difficult sometimes with meaty throw scenarios. If your opponent has that OD available there, bang, counter hit OD starter, not a very fun time.
Oh boy.
To you. It's going to be a grip of damage. Let's see if this kills actually with the active flow.
It might be.
Oh
yeah,
my.
optimal.
Chef's kiss to that confirmed there. Fuzz nodding his head. He knows that he's got a chance here to move forward.
Yeah, now it's tied up.
But again, it's do or die. Not that we would see any character swaps. Fuzzama's name is, well, Fuzzama for a reason here.
What if they pick Terami? I mean, there's another stake.
I've seen Icecool do that sometimes. He just randomly goes like Terami depending on matchups.
Yeah, I feel like they'll do Terami. Why not?
Is what it is here. But moving in here, once again, KILLAKOBES just needs one more game in order to play against Monarch. Right the wrongs that he experienced earlier in that winner semi set here. Beautiful cross under on the chain. Things are looking pretty decent here. Going to get as many seals as possible here. Getting that advantage with the seals is fantastic. Bumper set command grab here as well. Going to be able to, crosses up, 2D, checking for an EA.
Very nice. Yeah, those preemptive 2Cs from Hazama is just so smart.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
That was a weird hitbox.
Yeah, so one thing that's really weird for Bang sometimes is that if he's on the defensive and there's a bumper set, no matter what direction he presses, like except for I think down back, like there are times in which you would just like use the bumper. So you may want to up forward to jump out and then you end up using the bumper instead.
Yep.
And that could lead to some weird scenarios coming up here. But KILLAKOBES again,
now on match point.
Super on the ball, trying to make it through here. And I'm not gonna lie, I've seen Fuzz, pull through in some pretty dangerous scenarios here. No overdrive is gonna make it a little tougher here at the outset of this round.
No, the empty low. Yep, that's the Bang classic.
Absolutely. After finally all of that layering up with the multiple overheads here, going for the empty low, especially in this do or die scenario, is fantastic. Trying to go for an air throw to catch a jump here, but Fuzz just a little too evasive on the end there. Crosses up with a J2C for a reset here. Misses the micro dash 5C, however, that is absolutely tough.
It's okay. I mean, both of them have...
Now it's not okay. I'm not going to lie to you. This is sure to be a burst from Fuzz, but that combo is absolutely going to kill, especially with OD available here. It's a do or die now. The next confirmed from Kobe is sure to lead into a dead Hazama here. Trying to use that 6B in order to connect. Gets the 5D. It confirms, and KILLAKOBES will be on the loser side of Grand Finals here at Combo Breaker 2024.
Finally gets the run back versus Monarch to right the wrongs in the timeline.
absolutely. And again, it is going to be a nail-biter set here. You are not only up against Monarch, who has been so dominant throughout the last 3 years of BlazBlue at pretty much any given major or regional. Hell, that man went to Europe and whooped everybody over there. That's how crazy it was.
I'm just saying, I think North American BlazBlue is very, very strong. And that's the end of it.
I see.
I will not say anything bad about our fellow brethren across the oceans.
Hey, I'll take it at face value for the time being here. But regardless of any opinions or what have you of strength, we have our top 2 players set here for grand finals. Monarch the King taking his seat at the podium here. Folks, this one is going to be a banger of a set here. But I'm not going to lie, as KILLAKOBE, fighting against Monarch to begin with is a tough ask here. Fighting against Monarch when you have 2 sets to win here is an even bigger ask.
So coming from losers, Ryan, there's such a, it's so hard to be the person to be like, oh man, I have to win 2 sets. Like, it's such a grueling experience when you have to play that many games just to win the tournament. But at the same time, you're coming in warm. You're coming in warm. This guy in Grand Final, he's been sitting on his throne, eating his cookies, doing all this stuff. His hands are getting cold. He's not ready for this.
So it really is, it comes down to kind of 2 things there, right? How hot are you still playing, and how much endurance do you have to really grind through all of this?
Yeah, I've seen people fall apart in losers. Yeah. Especially in Grand Finals. It's just like, the mental fortitude you need to have to really play that many games at that level of play, right, is exhausting.
It's very, very difficult here, right? And it's going to be on both players to make sure that they have the endurance and as well as the momentum to move forward here. Guys, it's Grand Finals. It's BlazBlue Top 8. It's sure to provide Lambda versus Bang. Nobody, this is going to be absolutely nuts. Let's get into it.
Yeah, no, so we saw the S come out in the winners finals, and now we're seeing the Lambda. So we're, like I said before, this matchup is a little interesting just because, hey, Bang has such high mobility. You have to be basically preemptively shooting a lot of these, like I said, like what we saw right there, shooting these 5Ds projectiles to be catching his movement out.
And on top of that, Bang Teleport does track the opponent, so he can very well use drive on a projectile and then suddenly step right into his face. Yep. So it can be very, very difficult here. Monarch blocking all of these overheads here.
Gets opened up.
Getting the hit here. Things are looking pretty decent. This is sure to be a couple of steals. Not going to be able to quite kill.
Nice.
Good 5-day match. Wants to check on the delay air dash mix up here. Monarch probing Kobe's defense, gets the overhead. And in the corner, that does lead into a much better confirm here.
Yep, and he gets the side swap as well.
Places it back in the corner. That JC is tedious, man. The amount of overheads you have to block and then suddenly the 2B connects with you, it's so tough to deal with.
Oh, yeah. The whip J2C. Trying to see if he's going to go for that 2D for the counter.
Oh, that was a blue combo. What? That was surely supposed to be a reversal super. That's 236, 236C. Yeah. So I think it just didn't come out. 5C came out. Still managed to confirm, mind you, but that was tough. Oh, I think Monarch may have tried to like 2C out of that.
Yeah.
Because that was surely going to be an RC into like a follow-up or something there. Kind of awkward. Or sometimes what happens is that because you're in the 2A, sometimes you try to hold barrier and then accidentally rapid fires your 2A. So then you get clipped forward by accident there. So that can be a little tough here. Kobe moving forward with a ton of momentum going into round 2 here. Monarch trying to put a stop to it with the mash here. Going to work out successfully. Throw against tech here. Back to neutrals.
Yeah, just 1 under 2D.
Very, very clean here. I like that 5C there. Checking for a lot of the upbacks here. Trying to force out maybe an EA from Kobe. However, he still manages to sneak by with the hit.
All right, has the bumper.
We have 3 Cs to go here. Max Seal's already reached. Trying to go for the umbrella mix, but it is not going to work out here. I've seen it too many times from BREAKE, I swear. Counter assault coming out here.
Yeah, Monarch does have access to his burst.
Let's see if he ends up popping it. It's a dicey scenario.
Yeah, just meaty 5 days. Yeah, I'm not scared. I have the life advantage. Even if you EA me here, I'm still going to just, I'm going to play the neutral. I mean, my neutral's sick.
And the other part about it that makes it absolutely tough for Monarch is that was a guard cancel OD on 2A pressure. When you're using this non-committal pressure, the guard cancel OD's additional recovery frames make the RPS absolutely a pain to deal with here. Now your opponent has frame advantage off of you trying to do a guard cancel.
Yes, exactly.
So it can be very, very tough there. You can opt for an overdrive OS if you want to, but then sometimes
what? What a weird call out.
That was strange. This is about
it worked.
4K round start.
I mean, it worked really, really well. That has to be like some training mode stuff right there.
No idea. I won't lie to you. OG's going to come out once again, but because that's just a 5B, not too much recovery on hand, so Monarch is still forced to spend even more resources just to counter assault. Unusual grab pretty well placed right there.
Might have been a misinput right there.
Perhaps, not too sure.
Nice block.
5C. Trying to stay respectful of the 2C special cancel there, so not really challenging here, but that allows Kobe to take even more pressure.
Look at that. That defense was ridiculous.
Finally off the match here. Once again, there comes the 5-8, but this time the guard cancel OD comes up from Kobe, but the dash gets him out of there. Spike chaser to cover, maybe a jump out.
Yeah, both these players on the active low. Ooh, getting caught low.
That's plenty of meter to work with as well. This should be a dead character on the screen here.
Sort of destruction.
Getting it done. Mind you, that's Monarch's first round here coming in this second game. No overdrive available, but it's pretty healthy here. Should be able to pop up by the end of this round.
Yeah, early burst from KILLAKOBES.
He really wants to rock momentum. As we mentioned, absolute belief in his neutral play. In order to
6B.
There it is. That demon of a button showing up once again in another set. 6C sets the well out there. Doesn't want to opt for the spike chasing. Oki probably wants to prevent any wake-up drive into a teleport here. So you see kind of the change in Oki, just the absolute respect that Monarch has to give. Oh my goodness.
Nice blocks. First 6B block today.
Oh, and I really like the awareness of Monarch. Delay teching there in order to prevent any reset into an air command ground.
Oh, it gets tagged by that 6A. Both these guys opting to say, hey, I don't want to deal with any of this anymore. I don't want to block. Ooh, getting tagged.
And you can see Monarch trying to alter a little bit of the timings on the drives there. Kobe with the 6 either, but if that connected, that is a bang at your doorstep immediately. Things are looking a bit dicey here, going for the nails, counter assault. 40 seconds left on the clock. There's a lot of time here. The invoke does have just enough, gets through here.
Really good read from KILLAKOBES.
RC available as well as overdrive, but no nails for any confirmed follow-up actually.
Quick tech. Right back at you.
Delay 3C ends up connecting here. This is really tough. Backdash not punished. 3C comes out and there.
Good stuff from Monarch. On the board now with the Lambda.
And that's one of the tough aspects when you're playing as Bang Shishigami, right?
You're doing a lot of high committal stuff to just kind of like chase down this character sometimes.
And then on top of that, your nails are an amazing neutral tool, but once you are deprived of that, your neutral
suffers a lot.
Let's just say
your damage goes down.
The graph shoots down very, very quickly. As well as your damage, like all of your confirms.
Yeah, the poison adds an extra 1,000 unscaled damage.
Then there's web nails as well. It's a whole thing, trust me. Gets the OD, but that's only on a 5B. Recovers just in time for Kobe to block here.
Oh,
no. That's a punish. Oh, goes for the throw. I don't even think that. I'm not sure if that outright punish was actually on the piece.
No, it doesn't. You saw the green exclamation point right there.
True. Going for the meaty lead, trying to maybe set up a
nice block.
Here. Things are looking pretty decent there. 5B ends up trading with the poison nail and the 5C. Overhead connects once more. There's the 5C, but man, that 6B putting in so much work, man. Sets up the gravity well here. Another overhead. Burst is finally back here for Kobe, but I'm not even sure.
You're not from the West Coast, man. Don't burst.
Yeah. Now when I think about it, this is Monarch, the Chicago resident, trying to take it home for the brethren here on the home turf.
Yeah, man, that's the homeboy. Whenever he makes it out.
Absolutely.
This guy's a full-time student still, I believe.
Oh, I forgot about that. Speaking of which, oh my goodness, yeah, there's a lot of people trying to do the school thing with all this. It's tough out here, I'm not gonna lie. Negative warning. Oh my god, negative penalty activated. You rarely get to see that. This is such a big disadvantage here.
Yeah, look at how much damage this is doing right now.
20% damage bonus, and on top of that, your barrier is absolutely gone against Bang, who is sure to try to use some air unblockables. This is going to make things very, very tough for Monarch. Not enough barrier gauge built up for even an OG to get it back immediately here. This is tough.
Yeah, burst
comes up, but now you're still in danger state for so long against Bang. That is a tough ask here. 2 nails left for KILLAKOBES, so this round could go the distance, but this is going to be tough. Air dash coming out here, it's going to punish that. The commander is going to punish that here. Things are looking good for Kobe. Quick rise, but just blocks.
All right, Lynch out. No nails. We were talking about it. No nails.
And now this is going to be tough for KILLAKOBES. Does have access to overdrive, and he might be able to honestly just kill without nails with an OD confirmed, but we have to wait and see what comes up. Oh my god, J4B connecting, not quite there for the follow-ups there. Anti-air 2A ends up crouching under. This combo isn't going to kill, and I'm not going to lie, if I'm Monarch, if I got the burst out of Kobe, I'm breathing a sigh of relief.
A little bit too far for the guaranteed follow-up for that micro dash 5A.
But what a master from Monarch. The overhead does connect. That does beat the 5D there.
Yes.
The guard point does not work against head property moves here. So I stand corrected. Overheads outright.
Overheads.
There's slight weird differences between the two. With
BlazBlue move properties are weird.
It's a whole thing, I swear to God. Like, and it really comes up a lot with guard points like this. But now Monarch, suddenly, despite that game 1, is here up 2-1 against KILLAKOBES. The pressure absolutely is mounting if you are Kobe.
Nice backdash against that teleport.
He's looking clean here.
Okay, just EAs.
And I like that. Monarch opting for, I think, the dash up 5A there.
Yep.
Taking the EA is not really that bad.
Trying to react to the overhead, but a little bit too late. 5C.
Oh my God, what a link. This is surely going to go all the way to the corner. Lambda's corner carry is arguably unparalleled in BlazBlue. Like, this woman hits you and suddenly you have gone like, you've traveled all the way from like Massachusetts to like SoCal.
Nice.
Connects here.
Yeah, guard cancel out. Let me out.
And something that's been interesting for Monarch, he's been challenging a lot with 2A and has been helpfully using a lot of meter on these counter assaults.
Nice confirm from KILLAKOBES right here.
All right, getting flipped here. Plenty of meter to work with here. Not quite going to kill here. He has to go for
wow. Going for the nail mix-up. Oh, wow. Big fatal counter chase down with that 3C. He had the meter to rabbit cancel as well.
Yeah, looking pretty good here for Kobe here. Up 1 round now. Burst gauge is not quite in Kobe's favor here. The round start 5D is not going to work out for him.
Nice tag. J4B putting in the work.
Kobe more to take Monarch all the way to the corner, but a big drop here actually. And the up back JA, really good challenge here from Monarch.
The shades of Ragnar.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh my God.
Beautiful. Absolutely chef's kiss to that cross under there, man. The movement from Monarch and the presence of mind to get around Kobe's own movement, really impressive stuff here.
6C. What's the setup? Oh! Nice! Yeah. This guy's a lab monster. He knows the matchup.
Really smart there. Mind you, that also would work as a TRM check on Kobe.
Yep.
Things are looking pretty good here. Monarch getting another round, taking himself not at set point, but at tournament point here.
Yes, exactly. And KILLAKOBES been playing so well, but you know, Monarch has been just finding all these answers. And now KILLAKOBES, with an early burst, is going to lock himself out of the active flow as well.
And again, if I'm Monarch, I'm breathing a sigh of relief. You're telling me I don't need to deal with Bang OD now that I'm at tournament point here in Schaumburg? Fantastic time here, I'm not going to lie. Backdash.
Oh my God.
And you see the way that Monarch is absolutely willing to pull back with Kobe with his evasive movement, just to catch it, preventing so many escapes here.
No.
The overhead once again. OD is available. Let's see if this kills here. No!
Drop
the big
the combo.
drop.
Using the nails. Oh, let's hit one more time.
One.
Done here. And the 2A to seal the deal. Monarch. Look at that silently.
He is your Combo Breaker 2024 BlazBlue Centralfiction champion. The king has stood up once again to reclaim his crown once more.
You can see how disappointing KILLAKOBES is. It's like, man, I could have been in that winner's seat. I could have had one more game.
Having that time to play against Monarch would have been absolutely crucial here. The character switch actually putting in a lot of work for Monarch as well. And as you were talking about, so many answers available here, despite all of the counterplay that Kobe was presenting.
Exactly. I mean, so the big thing for when Monarch plays Lambda, right, it's a lot of movement-based stuff, a lot of checks, like you said before, he was pulling back with KILLAKOBES, trying to get out of the corner and just checking him. I have this really big multi-hitting jump C, deal with it.
Right.
You can't block when you're in the air dash.
And then on top of that, right, being willing to present the standing overhead, as well as we started seeing some of the TK214D and the TK214D RC on top of that. Layering on so many offensive options on a character that has to spend a ton of resources in order to get certain mix-ups. There were other portions as well that Kobe was getting clipped by. The act parser into the flip overhead as well.
The flip overhead was putting in a lot of work. The low follow-up also, if they blocked it, it was just like, hey, you're stole. You're gonna block. Hey, guess what? 6B. And we saw that so many times. So the big thing for Monarch and Kobe is because Monarch was in such an advantage, they were always checking with that 2A.
Right, and that was the big thing, because Monarch typically is known as a player that is willing to block out an insane amount of mix before finally doing something to escape here. But instead, the big adjustment here that maybe Kobe wasn't prepared for was either A, willingness to counter-assault in some scenarios, as well as B, being willing to mash as well. So that presents a very difficult scenario for Kobe to work with, and it felt like Kobe was unable to really check for some of the resources Monarch had available to either go for some sort of defensive option, and like whether that's a hesitation or whether that's backing up into a drive or what have you, it just was super tough for Kobe to make it work here. But again, folks, we have our top 8 here on the stage. This has been a fantastic bracket here. Each player here has proven themselves in some shape or form here in BlazBlue today.
Yes, exactly. And of course, you know, there have been people that have never made the top 8 in a BlazBlue before, and you know, there were quite a few fellows in this top 8 that really deserve it. You know, Fuzzama, I believe this is their first top 8, Mastfam, Don, and then of course KILLAKOBES making 2nd place. That's nothing to joke about.
That's his first 2nd place, and that is impressive in its own right.
Exactly.
When you, especially when you're losing from a spot of like winner semis, to get that drive back to make the losers run, it is not an easy feat here. So I'm not gonna lie, I gotta give big shout outs and props to all of those involved here. Thank you guys so much for coming out here. This has been
thank you so much for tuning into BlazBlue. It's always a pleasure. It's always been high intensity action for our BlazBlue. Like, this game has so many things that you have to think about. It's such a technical game, but at the same time, it's really, really easy to get into.
Yeah. Like, there's so much going on there. But hey, folks, we've got some awards going on here. Let's take a look at that right
now. All right. How y'all enjoy that BlazBlue top 8, y'all? Yeah. We're going to go ahead and do the award ceremony real quick. In 7th place, we have Mastfam. Also in 7th place, Kinari. In 5th place, Don. Also in 5th place, we have juliocrivera. In 4th place, Icecool. In 3rd place, Fuzzama. In 2nd place, KILLAKOBES. And your winner for Combo Breaker BlazBlue Centralfiction, Monarch. All right, all right. Once again, this is your BlazBlue Centralfiction top 8. Appreciate y'all coming to Combo Breaker. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend.
Once again, folks, it has been an absolute pleasure to commentate with you, Nobody. This has been a crazy bracket full of surprises, shocks, and a pretty crazy top 8, man. BlazBlue always provides, I swear.
BlazBlue is still, to this day, even though I don't play it as much anymore, my favorite game of all time. There has been not a single time I have watched a top 8 and have not had a great spectator and commentator privilege to watch.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy here. I mean, yeah, this is my first, now that I think about it, yeah, this is my first top 8 commentating here ever. So
I mean, you were supposed to do it at one point, but hey, somebody had to make top 8.
Hey, this isn't about me. Monarch is the winner here. Hey. But again, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure and truly an honor to commentate for y'all here at this top 8. Take it easy, and guys, we'll see y'all around.
Yeah.